was the best Rumble in years. Tonight, we are live, man. I don't believe I'm going to say this, man. You might not get any negativity. You might get some. You might get some. But you're not going to get much negativity tonight. WWE had a fantastic show this evening with the 2021 Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble was probably the best Rumble that the women have produced since its debut. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, minus one little hiccup, had an unbelievable last man standing match. Drew McIntyre took care of Bill Goldberg tonight, clean. And WWE has showed you that they don't trust anybody under the age of 45 in this company. We're going to talk about how great this show was, but one glaring issue in WWE still remains. This is the Royal Rumble Post Show for 2021, right here on Off the Scripts. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Royal Rumble Post Show for January 31st, 2021. I am JD from New York. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me this evening. It was a very eventful day. Royal Rumble day, man. Started the day off with live streaming on Twitch. 4 hours of classic Royal Rumbles. So thank you guys for hanging out with me earlier today. Took a little bit of a nap. Had some pizza for dinner. Royal Rumble 2021 in the books. And I have developed this reputation, and it's a damn good reputation, man, for being really truthful and honest, and I don't hold anything back against WWE as far as their creative mishaps. I don't like to be a stupid fan. I don't want WWE to go out there and pretend like everything is all right and have all these people on social media think that WWE is doing good on a week-to-week basis. I like bringing you guys the creative mishaps that WWE gives us on a weekly basis, and the shows really aren't all that good. Monday, Friday, they're not good. They're not where they are supposed to be. I tend to shit on WWE creative all too often, and rightfully so. Everybody knows me for that. Can't really harp on me for doing that because I'm giving you guys the honest opinion. Some people don't want to hear that. But I think, and I can't even remember the first time or the last time, rather, I said this. This is the first time in a while that I'll be saying this. I legitimately watched a WWE show, and there really isn't anything that I could point my finger at and complain about. We had a lot of fears going into this event, and mainly they revolved around Bill Goldberg. They revolved around Bill Goldberg. WWE was bringing Goldberg back right at the beginning of the year. He showed up on Legends Night, challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. And we were like, here we go again. WWE relying on Legends. Another title match for Goldberg. Another youthful talent, another young talent on the roster, buried at the hands of Bill Goldberg. Goldberg taking the title into WrestleMania, yada, yada, yada. Same old song and dance from Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. And I was the one who led the charge. This is going to happen. It's going to be Goldberg and Reigns. Goldberg is going to challenge Reigns. I even put it out there that Goldberg is going to lose this match to McIntyre, show up in the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble. We're going to get Goldberg versus Reigns in some way, shape, or form at WrestleMania. And then I started thinking about it more and more. And I'm telling myself, it can't be. I think everybody knows that is wrong. I think everybody knew that was the wrong decision. And I knew everybody felt the same way that I did. That's not the best use of Bill Goldberg if you want to bring him back. It's not the best look for the company either. It's a terrible look. It's an absolutely terrible look. There's a reason why that match didn't happen last year, and rightfully so. It didn't happen last year. Take it as a positive thing. That doesn't mean you got to come back in 2021 and redo what shouldn't have even happened last year. The more we went on, the more closer we got to the Royal Rumble, I was thinking to myself, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's no way that it could possibly happen. There's no way that they can do Drew McIntyre that dirty. And then we get into tonight's show. They open the show with the WWE title match, Drew McIntyre and Bill Goldberg. It goes about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It's exactly what you expect it to be. And at the end of that match, I felt at ease. I felt like, okay, we're doing the right thing here. I felt like WWE realized this is not right. And a lot of people were tweeting me, JD, the night's not over yet. We still got the Royal Rumble looming. They could still pull out one of their shitty tricks and have Goldberg in the Royal Rumble. And I said it on Saturday's podcast. I really did. I'm like, guys, I don't think we have to worry about Bill Goldberg at the Royal Rumble. And I predicted Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble. I also mentioned on my Monday Night Raw post show that with Edge cutting his promo, I would not be surprised if Edge won the Royal Rumble. That's exactly what happened tonight. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the elimination of Daniel Bryan from Seth Rollins. They could be setting that up for WrestleMania. I have no idea what they're doing with Rollins going into Mania, but the way he handled Bryan tonight looks like we could be seeing that at Mania. And when the WWE draft happened, I don't know if you guys remember, Bryan and Rollins had a little face-to-face on SmackDown. Don't know what's going on. I don't know where they're going into WrestleMania. I really don't. I thought I had a good idea. They could be still setting Bryan up for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which I hope is the case now through the Elimination Chamber. But at the end of it all, minus a few hiccups, after Goldberg losing the WWE title match, after a great women's Royal Rumble, after what I thought was a very good men's Royal Rumble, minus Daniel Bryan being eliminated and minus Edge winning the match, there really isn't much to complain about after tonight's Royal Rumble. And it's a refreshing thing for me because I wanted them to start the year off right. I want them to make WrestleMania the best WrestleMania show that they could possibly make it. And it seemed like, and again, I don't want to go easy on them. I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they always let us down. But it seemed like WWE was focused tonight. Seemed like they knew what they wanted to do. It seemed like they had a direction. It seemed like they stuck with it. Seemed like they knew they wanted Bianca Belair to win the Women's Royal Rumble. It looks like they wanted Edge, that they had plans for Edge to win the Royal Rumble. Seems like they had a direction for the first time in a while, and they executed it, and they didn't stray from any of those ideas with last-minute decisions that didn't make sense. So I'm here to tell you, if you guys are expecting me to shit on this show, I'm not going to do that. Because like I said in the beginning of my statement, I've developed a reputation for being honest and giving you guys the truth. If I came on here and told you guys it was a shitty show and complained about everything left and right, then you could look at me and say, oh, JD's only being negative for the sake of being negative for clicks and likes and views and this and that, and trying to garner attention. But I got to give WWE credit where credit is due. Tonight was a great show. And tonight was one of the best Rumbles in years. Years. And WWE, after so many years of the Royal Rumble just being not really all that good, this is now 2 years in a row where WWE has produced a very good Royal Rumble. Especially the Rumble matches. So kudos to them, man. We got a lot to go over tonight. And we're going to go over where WWE could potentially be going into WrestleMania. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on the show tonight. Let's look at the chat. We got 3,300 people live. 3,359. Thank you guys so very much for spending your time with me on this late Sunday evening, early Monday morning. Snowing outside. It's 20 degrees here in New York City. Thank you guys so very much for spending your night with me. Thank you to everybody that showed up on the Twitch. Thank you to everybody that showed up on Twitter and live tweeted with me during the show at JDfromNY206 on Twitter. Let's try and get 31,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys for that. If you want to support the show, you can definitely do so in a variety of ways. Number one, go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Links are down below for everything you need. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys want to hit that thumbs up, we got 847 likes right now on the stream. Can we possibly get 2,000 likes on the live stream tonight? That would be a first. Let's do it. 2,000 likes live tonight on the live stream, man. Let's try for it. Helps me out, helps you out, helps the channel out, and it helps everything about Off the Script out in YouTube world. So thank you guys very much for that. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206 if you want to support the podcast via Patreon. Bonfire.com is the home of the online shop. Bonfire.com. Link is down below for all your t-shirts. If you guys want to go get some t-shirts, they are still on sale. As always, the exclusive home of Off the Script. Mouthmasker.com/OTS. Go and get your black Off the Script masks still in stock. Make sure you guys go and do that. And tonight's show is sponsored by the one and only BlueChew.com. You guys are going to use code JD for checkout if you want free, yes, FREE, free samples of Blue Chew. And tonight, Bruce and Vince, they did a good job. You might not even need Blue Chew. But come tomorrow for Raw, you're going to need Blue Chew. Because they're going to ultimately disappoint you no matter what. BlueChew.com, use code JD at checkout for a free sample. And the super chats are open, man. Get your super chats in. Get them in. They're open. Let's hang out at the end of the show. We'll take any questions you guys want to ask me. They are open all live stream. So thank you guys very much for all of your support. I see them coming in. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. And the chat has a couple of mods. We got Hoop Media, the senior mod. We got Hula Grim. And we got Raging Girl Gamer. So if you guys are out of line, you will be out of here. 1, 2, 3. So behave in the chat. And I got something special for you tonight. We got a very exclusive sneak peek of what me and my partner Jason, Big Hodge Media, are working on, man. You are going to love what is to come. I can't wait to show you a little bit later in the stream. Let's start off with the open of the pre-show, man. They moved the women's tag team title match to the pre-show. And rightfully so. That's exactly where it belonged. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and Charlotte Flair. This is for the women's tag team titles. Asuka is directionless right now. I have no idea what they're doing with Asuka. No idea what they're doing with the Raw Women's Championship. I have no idea what they're doing with the women's division on Monday Night Raw. It is an absolute fucking nightmare. It is at, right now, the stage of the game where it is right now, they are at its worst in years on Monday Night Raw. Asuka has no competition. This title reign is absolutely disappointing. I don't know where they're going with the title into WrestleMania. SmackDown's not that much better, but at least they got some direction over there, led by Sasha Banks, probably the best female wrestler on the roster right now. You got Bianca Belair, who is the belle of the ball right now. You got Bayley, who is incredible in her own right. So we'll see what happens there, but they're not much better on SmackDown. The women's division, after the Royal Rumble, should see a increase. They should be a little bit better after the Royal Rumble. We got Rhea Ripley more than likely making her way to the main roster. We got some really standout performances tonight from some of the NXT ladies. Don't know what's going to happen with that. They got so many ladies in NXT right now that are ready, more than ready for the main roster. They could pull 2 or 3 of them if they want from NXT and put them on Raw and SmackDown just to salvage whatever is going on. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler regain the women's tag team titles tonight by beating Asuka and Charlotte. And I don't know where they're going with Charlotte into WrestleMania. It seems like they're really playing this thing up with Ric Flair betraying her and Lacey Evans becoming the new lady friend of Ric Flair. So Asuka and Charlotte were in control for the first few minutes of this thing until Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler managed to gain control working over Asuka. Asuka came back with some strikes, delivered a code breaker on Jax. She went for a cover, got a 2 count. Asuka managed to powerbomb Jax off the buckles and roll her up into a roll-up, and Baszler broke up that cover. Asuka fought off Baszler, but Jax called her with a sit-out powerbomb. Charlotte broke up that attempted cover by Nia Jax. Charlotte tagged in and hit Baszler with some knife-edge chops, an exploded suplex, followed up by a backbreaker. Charlotte gave both Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax natural selections at the same time. Went to cover Baszler for a near fall. Baszler kicked out. They yanked Charlotte off the top rope a few moments later. Jax gave her a Samoan drop, and Baszler followed with a knee strike for a 2. Asuka gave Jax one of her signature hip attacks on the outside, but Baszler tossed her over the announce desk. Charlotte then took out both opponents with a moonsault, and you know how Charlotte's moonsault is portrayed. The worst in the business is Charlotte's moonsault. This was no better. They should program her with some fucking database on how to do a proper moonsault. I don't really understand. I've been saying this for years. Now that I got your fucking ear, 3,000 live in the chat. Charlotte's moonsault is fucking garbage. Every single time. Oh, but she is a superior athlete. It's fucking terrible. Why do you even bother? I remember when she wrestled Asuka. I think it was the first time she wrestled Asuka at WrestleMania and broke the streak. She did a Spanish fly off the top rope. Why doesn't she just utilize the Spanish fly? She does that a lot better than she does the moonsault. It's fucking terrible, man. Get rid of it. So, Charlotte's on the outside, takes out both Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Ric Flair came out. His theme music hits the PA system. And at this point, Baszler used this as a distraction to roll up Flair in a schoolboy roll-up for a 2 count. Charlotte kicked out. And also, Lacey Evans came out with Ric Flair. And apparently she was wearing, I believe, one of her robes. Or no, she wasn't out here. She actually came from behind. That was later in the Royal Rumble. Ric Flair came out, distracted Charlotte. Lacey Evans came from behind Charlotte by the commentary desk. And Evans, on the outside, is watching Charlotte deliver a figure 8 on Shayna Baszler. and she breaks up the figure eight. So then Ric Flair goes to hand Lacey Evans something. It looks like brass knuckles of sorts or something. She slipped it into her tights. Charlotte goes for the figure eight again on Shayna Baszler, and Lacey Evans, with this foreign object on her right hand, delivers a loser's right to Charlotte Flair, knocks her out. Ric Flair distracted the referee. Evans does this to Charlotte. Jax followed up with what is a terrible leg drop. I mean, we got Charlotte not knowing how to do a moonsault correctly. Nia Jax doesn't know how to do a standard leg drop properly. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Anyway, the leg drop won. Jax and Baszler regain the tag team championships. And Asuka and Charlotte, I don't know what happens to them, but Ric Flair celebrated with Lacey Evans as Rick's daughter falls on pay-per-view. The match didn't mean anything to me. The tag team titles are absolutely worthless in the WWE. But I don't know where Charlotte goes. A lot of people, expected her to win the Royal Rumble. She didn't. A lot of people expect her to be in the women's championship match at WrestleMania. Now, I don't see Asuka and Charlotte happening at WrestleMania. It looks like WWE is continuing Charlotte and Lacey Evans in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if you guys are into the dirt sheets or not, or you're someone that pays attention to the rumor mill. I remember reading a couple of weeks back that Andrade, who was not on the show tonight, and I don't know why, I think he's ready to come back, but they may be saving him for this particular storyline. There was a rumor several weeks ago that Andrade was going to be brought back. Now, he went away because he had some elective surgery done, so he took a couple of months off. Reintroducing Andrade, and they're going to pair Andrade and Charlotte together on TV, and they're going to use Charlotte to get Andrade over so he looks like a bigger star for it. They're going to bring their real-life relationship to the forefront, and they're going to bring that to TV. Now, obviously, Ric Flair can't wrestle at WrestleMania, so Rick may actually enlist somebody that could go against Andrade at WrestleMania, and we get a mixed tag team match with Charlotte and Andrade teaming up against Lacey Evans and someone chosen by Ric Flair at WrestleMania. That I would not mind. I'm big on Andrade. I think Andrade is vastly underused. And if we're going to use Charlotte to get him over to a bigger level, a bigger stage, fine, I'm all for it. And the best thing about that is it keeps Charlotte out of the women's championship match at WrestleMania. So I don't know what you guys are thinking about that. I would much rather that happen at WrestleMania and you leave Asuka with possibly Rhea Ripley or somebody else that is much deserving of that championship match at WrestleMania. It leaves it open for Rhea Ripley. Who knows if WWE is rushing Becky Lynch back? We could see a rematch of Becky Lynch and Asuka at WrestleMania with Becky getting her championship back. We don't know. I would much rather any of those options than Asuka and Charlotte Flair again at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that. I know you don't want to see it, but it looks like that's where they're going into WrestleMania with Charlotte. And if she has that minor role at Mania, that's exactly where she needs to be. Because she's always in the spotlight. She's always in the title match. She's always in the main event. So I think that's a great use of Charlotte. And she should be doing that and using her star power to get other women in that division over. If they're not going to do that, use her star power to get over her fiancé in Andrade. I'm all for it. So let me know what you guys think about that use of Charlotte. And if you think that they're going to use Charlotte in this feud with Lacey going into WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble main show. The Royal Rumble main show. And we got the WWE title on the line in the first match. In the opening match. Now, this gave me some worry. I was absolutely afraid that WWE was going to pull some fuckery with this match opening the show. Now, I know I'm not the only one who felt this way. There were a lot of people that tweeted me the same thing, feeling the same way. Goldberg losing this match, getting him out there, getting him his fucking 60 seconds because his cardio sucks, have a 2-minute match with Drew, lose, show up later in the Royal Rumble, come in at number 29 or number 30, eliminate 4 or 5 guys, win the Rumble, and then we get fucked. We get fucked in the end. Thankfully, that did not happen. Goldberg's in a WWE title match. Everybody said the same thing. He doesn't belong there. He doesn't deserve it. Paige, on WWE Backstage, thought the same thing that everybody thought and was saying about Goldberg. She said on WWE Backstage when she was asked about Bill Goldberg participating in this title match, she said that she doesn't believe that Goldberg should be in that marquee spot because so many others on the roster deserve it. She says this, and I quote, honestly, I'm a fan of Goldberg, okay? I just don't feel he should be in this kind of thing. I think Drew has been having this massive buildup over the last year. He's been completely carrying this company as a babyface. I think he's doing so freaking well. Then you got people who have been there for a long time who want to have that opportunity, and unfortunately, they're not getting it. I just don't like this, and I don't think he should be the one to at least be in this spot and win it. So she was throwing that narrative out there that Goldberg absolutely has an opportunity and a chance to win the WWE title, and she said that he doesn't belong there, he doesn't deserve it, there are others on the roster that do deserve it, and he should not be the one to beat McIntyre and win it. And I absolutely agree with the woman. I absolutely agree with the woman. And Goldberg, we all know why he's back. Goldberg is back because it's a big payday. WWE has him contracted for 3 more matches after this. I'm assuming we see him at WrestleMania. And Goldberg is back because he's a selfish bitch. He is. Everybody's like, oh, he's back so his son could see him be a superhero. That's what the WWE Network is for. Go relive your fucking father's memories in WCW. You don't have to come back in 2021 and bury all the young full talent. Give me a break. I think we're well past Bill Goldberg being a fucking superhero. Guy never gave a shit about the business, never gave a fuck about anybody in the business. He only cares about himself. So he was back for the payday, and he was back to shit on all the young talent in a business he doesn't fucking care about. Fuck Bill Goldberg. It's the only time I'm going to say it, because he lost tonight, but fuck Bill Goldberg. So the entrances for Goldberg and McIntyre were collectively 5 times longer than this match actually went. So they made their entrances. Goldberg had his typical entrance with the fireworks and the entourage walking him out of the backstage locker room dressing area. Drew McIntyre made his entrance. They made a big deal out of it. You got the piped-in Goldberg chants inside the Thunderdome. They played all that throughout the match. And before the bell rang, I was surprised to see McIntyre take this type of moment and use this tactic. He headbutted Bill Goldberg before the match even began. He headbutted Goldberg before the match began, and it was very surprising to me to see Drew McIntyre use that type of tactic against Bill Goldberg. So he was headbutted by Drew McIntyre with a spear of his own to Bill Goldberg. Goldberg then rolled to the outside. Goldberg then comes back, grabs McIntyre as he follows him to the outside, throws Drew into the steel steps, and then legitimately spears him through the barricade by the entrance ramp. And he breaks the barricade down as they go into the virtual Thunderdome crowd. So they go back into the ring. The bell rings immediately with a Claymore kick by Drew McIntyre to Goldberg. Goldberg kicks out of the Claymore kick. Drew went for a second one. He missed it, landed on his ass. Goldberg hits a spear. He didn't go for an immediate cover, though. He measures him for a second spear, and he hits a second spear on Drew McIntyre. Goes for a cover, and Drew McIntyre kicks out of 2 Goldberg spears. Goldberg then gets Drew in a jackhammer. He lifts him up. And I'm having nightmares again. He dropped The Undertaker. He dropped Wyatt. Is he going to get Drew McIntyre up in the jackhammer? He got him up, but he couldn't hold him. He couldn't deliver the slam portion of the jackhammer. Looks like he almost dropped him in the jackhammer. It didn't look terrible, but it wasn't a complete jackhammer. Drew McIntyre was nailed with the jackhammer. Very scary 2 count. Looked like it could have been the end of the match. Thank God it wasn't. It was the longest 2 counts of the entire night by Bill Goldberg on Drew McIntyre after that jackhammer. Goldberg then gets up, goes for another spear. He misses. He runs right into the top turnbuckle. Drew McIntyre hits a final Claymore kick, and Goldberg sees a 1, 2, 3, and he loses. Drew McIntyre hits that final Claymore kick to retain the WWE Championship. After the match, Drew music is playing on the PA system. Goldberg stood up. He walked over to Drew and said, "You deserve it." He shook hands. They had a little hug in the middle of the ring. They exchanged some respectful words. Goldberg raised Drew's arm, pointed at him as if he was saying, "This is the guy. This is the man." Drew smiled, and that was it. The match was over. It went barely 3 minutes. It's exactly what you would expect from a Bill Goldberg match. I don't know how much more we could see of this. It's the same old shit every time we see Bill Goldberg. There's nothing different. It's the same match with every single person he's in the ring with. How could they even look at this guy and pay him what they're paying him if this is what you're going to get every single time? Everybody knows what you're going to get. The matches are no different. So Drew McIntyre retains the title. You want to know the one thing I was thinking during this entire thing is, why did Bill Goldberg put over Drew McIntyre, but in February last year, he didn't want to put over Bray Wyatt? What is the difference? 1 year removed from Saudi Arabia, and you burying and legitimately killing every aspect of what that Fiend character was. He was never the same last year. Bray Wyatt's career was on a downward spiral in 2020. Thanks to Bill Goldberg. He was never the same after that. Fucking killed that guy dead in Saudi Arabia. Yet people are living in this fantasy world that Bray Wyatt is one of the biggest guys in the company. Not after that. Guy never saw the same look. He never felt the same after that match and that loss to Bill Goldberg. So why was Goldberg so indifferent about putting Bray Wyatt over, but why was he so easy in putting Drew McIntyre over? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So he suffers a loss here. What does he do at WrestleMania? I don't know. I'm thankful he's not going for a fucking world title. I'll tell you that much. They can't put him in the chamber. The match with Roman Reigns seems to be out the window, thank Christ. I pitched Bill Goldberg originally, months ago, to come on in and put new talent over. I originally booked Bill Goldberg to come on, and if you need to use him at WrestleMania, use him in a way that's going to put over youthful talent, young talent. Why not put him against a Keith Lee? Why not put him against a Lars Sullivan? Those are guys that Bill Goldberg can put over and make look good. A win over Bill Goldberg for either one of those guys is a big deal. So why not go that route? And now with Bill Goldberg in WrestleMania plans, 100% he's going to be at WrestleMania. I have a feeling that they're going to use Bill Goldberg in a match with John Cena this year. I don't know what they're doing with John Cena. There's rumors of John Cena being at WrestleMania this year. I don't know what they have planned for him. Bill Goldberg and John Cena does absolutely nothing for me on a WrestleMania card. But like I said on the podcast Saturday, if you're going to put John Cena and Bill Goldberg in a match, at least the build could be a little fun on Monday or Friday night, wherever it happens. Because John Cena shitting on Bill Goldberg for all the reasons that we usually shit on Bill Goldberg, I could get behind that. I just have a feeling that WWE is going to go with that one big mega match that they really haven't done yet, and that is it. John Cena is on his last legs as far as his wrestling career goes. Bill Goldberg has 3 more matches after this. He's done. He's done with WWE after this current contract, so they might want to get that match out there. It's either this year or next year. That's what I have a feeling they're headed towards. But in the end, folks, Drew McIntyre saves us all. He retains the WWE title, and he beats Bill Goldberg with a Claymore kick. It was exactly what you expected it to be, and that was it, an easy night. An easy night for Drew McIntyre. Now, what does Drew McIntyre do at WrestleMania? I will talk about that going into the Men's Royal Rumble match. There are a couple of things that WWE could certainly do here. And I think with who won the Royal Rumble, we have a pretty good idea of what WWE is going to do. I see a lot of people thinking, oh, well, with Edge winning the Royal Rumble, he's certainly challenging Roman Reigns. No, I'm sorry. There is absolutely no way on this planet that Roman Reigns is losing that championship. None. None. You didn't put the fucking title on Roman Reigns to put it on Edge, okay? Everybody in the fucking chat that's asking for Reigns and Edge, stop. It's not happening. If Roman Reigns loses that title, I'll be just as pissed as when The Fiend lost to Goldberg. You don't put the title on Reigns to put it on Edge. Are you fucking serious? Don't get me started. I don't believe people are actually calling for that match. You're going to take the most over-fucking guy in the entire company, the biggest heel in this industry, build him up the way you've done it, and then put the title on Edge? You would have wasted every single moment that Roman Reigns had on SmackDown. Every single one of them. For a 50-year-old Edge? Give me a fucking break, man. We'll get to that a little bit later. Moving on. Sasha Banks, the Blueprint, versus Carmella. SmackDown Women's title match. This was a late edition in the early hours of Saturday morning after SmackDown went off the air. Sasha Banks deserves better going into WrestleMania. She is getting that, of course, with who won the Women's Royal Rumble tonight. But Sasha Banks has not done anything on SmackDown. She has over 100 days as SmackDown Women's Champion, and she really hasn't done much of anything, and all WWE has to show for it is a feud with Carmella. Now, I will say this. I was totally against Carmella coming back with this new gimmick, this new look, Reginald. But if you are asking me my thoughts on Carmella, they are vastly different than when Carmella was on WWE TV a year ago, 2 years ago. She has gotten better. I've seen that. She can hang in there. When I look at Carmella in the ring with Sasha Banks and Bayley and Bianca and all these other women that we're so high on, I'm not looking at Carmella thinking, man, she's completely out of place. She can hang in there. So that's good on her. Good on her for working her ass off and getting to that level where she can be in the ring and legitimately look like she belongs in there with women like Sasha Banks. And the matches with Sasha Banks and Carmella have not been bad. Their match last time we seen it was a lot better than what we've seen tonight, but this was still a quality match. It was not bad by any means. I just enjoyed their first match a little bit better. I believe it was at TLC, if I'm not mistaken. So, Sasha Banks and Carmella, SmackDown Women's title tonight. I just got to say, shout out to Mikaze. Sasha Banks' outfit and her color scheme tonight was absolutely beautiful. Mixture of white, mixture of brown, mixture of gold. It was absolutely on point. And I also want to additionally add that the banter back and forth between Corey Graves and Michael Cole, kind of insinuating that Corey Graves is dating Carmella without actually blatantly telling everybody, hey, these two are sleeping together. The banter back and forth with Corey Graves drooling over Carmella and My jaw's on the floor, Cole. Can you shut your mouth for a second? The banter back and forth between them is quite funny, and I really appreciate that. So that's one of my favorite things about this whole Carmella thing. When she's out there, Corey Graves goes into this tangent about how, oh my God, Cole, can you shut the fuck up about whatever you're talking about? I'm over here looking at my hot girlfriend, and Michael Cole's banter with him is just great. It's really genuine. It comes off as really genuine. So Banks did a quick interview before the match. She said she was ready for whatever tricks Carmella and Reginald have planned and was ready for the Royal Rumble winner going into WrestleMania. There was a spot where Carmella tried to take Banks' hair and tie it up in the bottom rope, continued to stomp away at her as he tried to do that. Banks drove her into the corner and hit a double knee strike for a 2 count. Banks tried for the Three Amigos, but Carmella blocked the third suplex and tossed her right into Reginald. Reginald caught Banks so she could, I guess, not hit the floor, but she took him down with a leg scissors. The ref kicked him out of the ringside area. He sent Reginald to the back. Carmella was upset about this. Carmella used this slight distraction with Reginald and Sasha Banks on the outside, and she launched herself underneath the second rope with a tope suicida, a suicide dive, and she looked like she landed awkwardly, man. It was almost as if she was shot out of a cannon. She's lucky she didn't get hurt because she mostly missed Sasha Banks on the dive, but it looked great. So hopefully she's okay. Carmella tossed Banks back in the ring for a 2 count. Banks hit a suplex, but Carmella got the knees up on a frog splash attempt off the top rope. Carmella applied the code of silence, but Banks slipped out of it. Hit a knee strike. Banks tried something off the top rope, but Carmella hit consecutive super kicks. One to the gut, one to the face. Went for a 2 count. Banks then completely out of nowhere caught Carmella in the Banks statement, and that was enough for the tap out victory. And that was it. So Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Women's title, and rightfully so. There's no reason for Carmella to go into the WrestleMania show as Women's Champion. The money is in Banks, and the money is in Bianca Belair. That's what everybody wanted going into Mania, and that's exactly what you are going to get going into WrestleMania. So good on everybody. Good on WWE for doing the right thing. Now let's get Sasha Banks some really meaningful storylines. I hope, with Bianca winning the Royal Rumble, I hope that they have a good story to tell. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know what they got planned. I hope that it's a good storyline worthy enough of that match, ending it at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens with that, but it should be a show stealer. Absolutely a show stealer at WrestleMania between Banks and Bianca Belair. Guys, we're going to talk about the Women's Royal Rumble in just a second. I want to check the chat here. Again, thank you guys so very much for joining me here on YouTube. 3,500 people. Unbelievable. We got 1362 in the chat right now, hitting that thumbs up. Guys, we are so close to 2,000. Can we get 2,000 likes on the live stream tonight here on YouTube? We're at 1362. Hit that thumbs up if you have not done so yet. Super chats are still open, so make sure you guys go and do that. And if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button down below. We are here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Live streams with the flagship podcast every single weekend on Saturday at 5 p.m. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. Nobody does it better than Off the Script here in the IWC. Guys, I want to step away for about 60 seconds. Don't go nowhere. I got something I want to show you, man. This is my new project that I'm working on with my boy Big Hodge. This is Critiques and Connoisseurs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut episode of Critiques and Connoisseurs. This is episode number 1. I am JD from New York.
And I am Big Hodge. Yes, Big Hodge.
We are here at Magic Hour, rooftop bar, Moxley Hotel. We got New York City overlooking us. Empire State Building is immediately to our left.
West Wing, brother.
And today, my friends, we're going to be talking about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and we're going to be talking about his newest venture with Terramana Tequila.
Electrifying.
It really is. It really is. Oh, yeah, man. Critiques and Connoisseurs coming in February. I can't wait to show you what we're working on, man. If you guys love drinking classy, upscale, delicious alcohol, and you love your professional wrestling, and you want to hear two people who love this business more than anything talk about pro wrestling while having your favorite beverages in hand, man. I'm mixing cold beverages and talking about pro wrestling with one of my good friends. Can't get any better than that, man. Critiques and Connoisseurs coming soon to YouTube. So look out for that, man. We got the Women's Royal Rumble match. Going into the Rumble, I wanted Bayley and Bianca to draw number 1 and 2. In my perfect world, I would have had Bayley and Bianca draw number 1 and 2, and Bayley and Bianca end up as the final 2 in the Royal Rumble. That did not happen. I got half of that. I got Bayley at number 1, and then we got Naomi drawing number 2 in the Royal Rumble. How many of you were happy to see Naomi back on SmackDown in the women's division? I don't even know. Is she on SmackDown? I think she's on SmackDown. Or she might be on Raw. I don't know. Either way, it's good to see her back, man. I think she was beyond what Bianca did, and Rhea Ripley had a great showing. Naomi could really be looked at as the MVP of this Royal Rumble. She did great. I hope she opens some eyes in WWE tonight. I really do. So Bayley draws number 1. Naomi draws number 2. Bianca drew number 3. So I was almost right in my prediction. She drew the Ric Flair spot. Number 3. Goes right after Bayley. Naomi and Bianca had a nice little exchange of athleticism. We got number 4 coming out, and it's Billie Kay. And she goes to have a seat at the commentary desk. She doesn't even immediately get in the match to compete in the Royal Rumble. And she said she will sit out there and choose her spot because she wants to show her resume and her credentials to somebody, one of the women that's coming up next, whoever that may be. She wants to find a partner so that they could win this Royal Rumble together and double team this Royal Rumble, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know who finds Billie Kay funny. I don't know who enjoys Billie Kay's act. I know I don't. If you do, you might have some sick, twisted sense of humor. I don't know how any of this comes off as humorous. I don't. That's just me. I think it's ridiculous. Shotzi Blackheart comes in at number 5, man. Happy to see Shotzi get a shot. Now, they could have chosen anybody from NXT, but they chose Shotzi. They could have chose Mercedes Martinez. They could have chose Raquel Gonzalez. They could have chose Candice LeRae. They could have chose anybody. But Shotzi was one of the women from NXT that they chose to be in this Royal Rumble. Hopefully that means something about her moving on up. I'm a big fan of Shotzi Blackheart. Billie Kay walked up the ramp. Shotzi came in her tank, which I love. She comes rolling down the ramp in her tank, got the helmet and everything on. Billie Kay gets in front of the tank. Shotzi puts on the brakes. She wants to show Shotzi her resume to potentially team up with Shotzi in the Royal Rumble. So Shotzi shoots her cannon right at Billie Kay, scares Billie Kay away from the tank, and then she goes right into the ring. Came in with a missile dropkick, some high-risk offense against everyone in the ring. She was a ball of intensity in the Royal Rumble. So we got number 6 going to Shayna Baszler. She stops in the middle of the ramp, and Billie Kay goes up to Shayna Baszler again and tries to enlist Shayna. Shayna chokes her out, leaves her laying to the side. Happy to see that Shayna choked this loser out. Then she goes right after Shotzi when she gets into the ring. They got a nice little history between each other in NXT. Number 7 was Toni Storm. Billie Kay then goes up to Toni Storm and tries to enlist Toni Storm, and Toni completely ignores Billie Kay, and rightfully so. Nobody wants anything to do with Billie Kay. She goes right after Shotzi, mixes it up with Shayna and Naomi. Shayna eliminated Shotzi pretty quickly. Out comes number 8, and it's Jillian Hall. Jesus fucking Christ, man. She comes out, she's singing, she's got the microphone mouthpiece, singing into the microphone. My skin is crawling, listening to this broad sing again. When she was on WWE TV, I could not stand her act back on television, man. Billie Kay goes up to Jillian Hall. And of course, Jillian Hall is the one who accepts Billie Kay's resume. Billie finally enlists Jillian by convincing her it could be Billie and Jilly in the Royal Rumble. Absolutely cringe to the max, man. Never mind what Billie Kay did before this, man. Absolutely cringe was this Billie and Jilly shit in the Royal Rumble. Number 9 was Ruby Riott. Ruby and Tony had a nice back and forth for a little bit. Number 10, Victoria. Victoria made her return to the WWE. She looked okay. She looked okay. She didn't look as nimble as she once was. Rather sloppy. But she made a lot of people happy with her return at number 10 in the Royal Rumble. Number 11 was Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce comes out. She comes in and almost eliminates Ruby Riott. Peyton was asking Billie Kay for an iconic pose, and Billie was hesitant and didn't do it. So Victoria came from behind and gave Peyton Royce a widow's peak, because Peyton Royce does the widow's peak as one of her signature moves. So Victoria said, you know what, bitch? Let me show you how to do it right. So she gave Peyton Royce a widow's peak. Number 12 was Santana Garrett. She hasn't done much in NXT, so I don't know why she was in the Royal Rumble. Maybe she gets called up to the main roster and they do something with her, because they haven't done anything with her in NXT. She was number 12. Number 13 was Liv Morgan. Ruby and Liv teamed up to take out Shayna. She didn't get eliminated, but they were double teaming Shayna. Billie and Jilly, at this point, finally imploded. If you guys actually give a shit about this, they are now done as a tag team in this Battle Royal, this Royal Rumble. And Billie Kay ended up eliminating Jillian Hall. And Liv Morgan ended up eliminating Billie Kay. Goodbye. Goodbye. Now we can actually have a cringe-less Royal Rumble with Billie Kay finally eliminated. Back to catering you go, Billie Kay. So number 14 came out, and it was Rhea Ripley. She came in and eliminated Toni Storm pretty quickly. Shayna choked out Victoria, dumped her over the top rope. She hit hard on the outside. Rhea Ripley eliminates Santana Garrett. Out comes number 15, and it's Charlotte Flair. She took her sweet-ass time getting to the ring. Rhea Ripley went right after Charlotte Flair, and rightfully so. She got clotheslined. Bayley eliminated Ruby Riott by sliding underneath the ropes and powerbombing her off the apron. Now, I don't know what was going on there with Ruby Riott and who she was trying to hang on to. I missed it because it happened so quickly. But she was hanging out. She was on the apron, hanging on to the top rope. Bayley, in the ring, slides underneath the bottom rope, through Ruby Riott's legs, is now on the outside and powerbombs Ruby Riott to the outside, eliminating Ruby Riott. Rather odd that would be considered an elimination. It's different. I don't think I recall ever seeing an elimination done that way, but here we are with Bayley eliminating Ruby Riott. Number 16, catering, comes out. And if you're new to the channel, catering is AKA Dana Brooke, but we call her catering here on this channel. So number 16 is catering. Charlotte tried to eliminate Basler. Liv Morgan was eliminated by Peyton Royce as she was trying to eliminate Bayley. Number 17, Tori Wilson came out. She looked pretty decent for a little bit. Catering actually almost eliminated Rhea Ripley at one point. They battled on the apron, and catering was eventually eliminated by Rhea Ripley. So number 18 comes out, and Ric Flair's music hits, and everyone thought it was actually Ric Flair entering the match. Instead, it was Lacey Evans wearing one of Ric Flair's signature robes. She came in strutting without a single fucking care in the world. She was just wearing Ric's robe. It's almost as if she didn't really give a shit about winning the match. So Charlotte sees this, and They tumbled to the outside because they started brawling. So they're brawling on the outside. The purple feathers, the robe was purple. There was purple feathers everywhere in the ring, flying all over the place because Charlotte was beating the shit out of Lacey Evans. Peyton Royce was then eliminated in anger by Charlotte when she took care of Lacey Evans. She got back into the ring, eliminated Peyton Royce. Shayna Baszler eliminated Tori Wilson. Bayley was eliminated by Bianca Belair. And Kevin Dunn Kevin Dunn missed the elimination of Bayley by Bianca Belair. They had to show a fucking replay. Didn't they do the same thing last year with Edge? Something happened last year with Edge eliminating somebody. I think it might have been AJ Styles or something like that. And they missed that shot in the Royal Rumble as well. So they did the same thing that they did last year with Edge, this year with Bayley and Bianca Belair. Awful. That's a bad fucking look there, man. Bayley, of all people, eliminated, and you don't even get it on camera? So Bayley was eliminated, and my choice, my pick, was now gone from the Royal Rumble. So with Bayley eliminated, out comes Mickie James at number 19. Nikki Cross, number 20, comes out. She looked very different than what I remember her looking like last time I saw her, man. I don't know what they did to Nikki Cross. I had to take a second and third look and reaffirm to myself that it was actually Nikki Cross. They turned Nikki Cross. They made Nikki Cross look like everybody else on that main roster. I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do about Nikki Cross, man. Nikki Cross in NXT was brilliant. She was different. She was intense. She was unlike all the other women in WWE. This is a woman that brought Asuka to a last woman standing match and almost broke Asuka's winning streak. She was different when she was Insanity. Where is that Nikki Cross? Rugged, intense, dark, crazy. Now Nikki Cross looks like everybody else. I can't tell if Dana Brooke and Nikki Cross are the same fucking people or not. I can't tell. She looks like Dana Brooke. She looks like Peyton Royce. She looks like everybody else, all dolled up. I don't know, man. Give me my old Nikki Cross back, please. Pairing her with Alexa Bliss was one of the worst things that they've ever done to Nikki Cross. Really. So Mickie James, Nikki Cross comes out. We're at number 20 now. Nikki Cross was legitimately all over the place in this match, getting a little piece of everybody here. Number 21, out comes the one who is not a legend in any sense of the word, because legends win championships, legends hold accolades, legends are Hall of Famers. Alicia Fox is none of them. Number 21, Alicia Fox comes out. And then all of a sudden, R-Truth runs out. Yes, R-Truth runs out in the middle of the Women's Royal Rumble match, thinking it was the Men's Royal Rumble match. Again, I don't know who finds this shit funny. He runs out thinking it's the Men's Royal Rumble match. So all the catering guys, we got Gulak and the Lucha House Party and Humberto Carrillo. Humberto Carrillo's out there. Humberto wasn't even in the Royal Rumble. He was in catering, though, chasing R-Truth. So he comes out thinking it's the Men's Rumble. All the catering guys are out there to get R-Truth. And Alicia Fox, she sees R-Truth trying to fend all these guys off. He's in the ring, knocking these guys off the apron. She goes from behind and rolls R-Truth up to win the 24/7 title. So Alicia Fox solidifies her shitty career by winning the most worthless title in the history of WWE. Goes hand in hand. Number 22 is Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose eliminates Alicia Fox. Good riddance. Back to catering you go. So Mandy Rose eliminates Alicia, and R-Truth, who was still on the outside, waited for Alicia Fox to get eliminated, pins Alicia Fox to regain the 24/7 title. Yes, this actually happened in the Women's Royal Rumble. Dakota Kai comes in at number 23, one of my personal favorites. Her and Rhea had a nice little exchange. There's a little history there if you guys watched NXT at all. Nice little exchange between those two. Lacey Evans eliminated Mickie James, 24. Carmella came out which I don't really understand. Carmella just got a SmackDown Women's title match, and of all the women on this roster, you couldn't give that position to somebody else? She just got a shot at the Women's Championship, and now you're giving her a shot at both the SmackDown and the Women's Championship by having her come out at number 24 in the Royal Rumble? I don't like that at all, man. I don't like that at all. That spot should have went to somebody else. I'm sorry. So we got Carmella coming out at number 24. Rhea eliminated Dakota Kai pretty quickly. She got dumped outside hard on the apron. Mandy Rose also eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Back-to-back, eliminating Dakota Kai and Mandy Rose. Nikki Cross was eliminated by Carmella. Reginald was trying to help Carmella as she was thrown over the top rope. He caught her off the apron. Tamina comes out at number 25, super kicked Reginald. He dropped Carmella, and that eliminated Carmella. Naomi and Bianca had this crazy spot in this match. I didn't know what to think of it as it's happening, but I gotta appreciate the talent and the skill involved here, man. Two great athletes are Naomi and Bianca Belair. They had this crazy spot where they weren't eliminated. Naomi was laying on her back. She had her feet in the air. Bianca Belair was hanging underneath the bottom rope, and her braid, the long braid that Bianca has, was used by Naomi. Naomi was on her back. She used Bianca's braid to roll backwards into the ring. And then both of them are hanging upside down, face first, underneath the bottom rope. And then they used each other's momentum to roll back into the ring and pull themselves up from the floor. It was fucking crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I didn't like it at first, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, that is impressive. It's pretty impressive. I'm not usually a fan of those crazy, let's go on to the outside and lay down on the floor, but our feet are hanging in the air. That's an elimination to me. Your whole body's outside. But they use it, and they use it to create this, fun way of not being eliminated, and, they make fun of it. It is what it is. It was pretty talented for both Naomi and Bianca Belair to get back into the ring by that way. So Lana comes out at number 26. A lot of people were afraid Lana was going to win the Royal Rumble, but I wasn't really in that camp. Lana comes out. She comes out all serious. She went right after Rhea Ripley to assist in getting her out, but Tamina came over and stopped her. Number 27, another favorite of everybody to win this Royal Rumble. And I'm like, oh my God, man, they put her so late into the match, she's gonna fucking win it. Alexa Bliss came out at number 27. Alexa took it right to Naomi, and then Rhea and everyone else ganged up on Alexa Bliss. I don't know why they decided to gang up on Alexa Bliss, but I guess everybody did their research and had some scouting reports on Alexa Bliss as of late. The entire ring ganged up on Alexa Bliss. She usually has been showing you what she can do in the ring. She transforms herself. Last time we seen her, she was on Raw. She went from playful funhouse Alexa Bliss to the goddess Alexa Bliss to the fiendess Alexa Bliss. And before she could transform, everybody in the ring jumped on Alexa Bliss. Rhea, surprising everybody, the lights were going out. She was getting ready to transform in this Royal Rumble. The lights were going out. The Thunderdome lights were going out. Half of them were out. Half of them were on. Rhea Ripley takes Alexa Bliss and dumps her over the top rope as the lights were going out inside the Thunderdome. So goodbye, Alexa Bliss. Number 28 came, and it was Ember Moon. She comes out, immediately comes in and delivers an eclipse to Shayna Baszler. Wasn't her best eclipse. She absolutely destroyed Naomi's face with a dropkick. Nia Jax came out at number 29. Shayna was laying on the outside. She wasn't eliminated. She took the eclipse from Ember Moon, rolled to the outside. So Nia Jax comes in. She looks at her tag team champion partner and says, you know what, you want to run this Royal Rumble? So they go back into the Rumble and they start owning everybody. So now we got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler teaming up here. So Lacey Evans eliminated by Baszler. Ember Moon quickly eliminated by Nia Jax. Naomi, she was there, quickly eliminated by both Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So Naomi's night is over. So Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler eliminate Lacey Evans, Ember Moon, and Naomi in relatively quick fashion. They then eliminated Tamina. So 4 rapid-fire eliminations by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and then they go after each other. They start going after each other. Rhea Ripley got involved. Ripley was slammed by Baszler, and Nia Jax took advantage to eliminate Baszler. So she eliminated her own tag team partner, turned her back on her own tag team partner. They just won the championships before. So Nia Jax turns on Shayna Baszler and eliminates Shayna from the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax is now focusing her attention on Lana. So Lana's on the outside. Nia Jax is running after Lana. They get back into the ring. Lana's back in the ring. Jax follows. Jax ran after Lana. Lana held the top rope, and Nia Jax flies at Lana, goes over the top rope, and Lana eliminates Nia Jax. Out comes Natalya at number 30. They gave this away on WWE Backstage when she beat Tamina in a match on Backstage. We all knew she wasn't winning the Rumble. Baszler and Jax, upset that they were both eliminated, beat up Natalya while she walked down the ramp. They threw her back into the ring. They both ran back into the ring, and they beat up Lana. Lana was eliminated a few moments later by Natalya, who finally got to her feet. So now we're down to the final 4. Rhea Ripley, Natalya, Charlotte, and Bianca. I'm sad Bayley's not there, but go Bianca. Natalya had Rhea eliminated over the top rope on the apron, and Belair came in from behind to dump Natalya from behind. Bianca, Ripley, and Charlotte are the final 3 in the Royal Rumble. This is a throwback to what the story was last year going into WrestleMania, which ended up being Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Bianca was a part of that because Charlotte was in NXT. She was in NXT. And Bianca, when Rhea was in NXT as the women's champion, was in the middle of a feud with Rhea Ripley. So all 3 of these women last year were involved. And this year, this Royal Rumble, it's a nice little throwback to what they did last year. And it's all coming full circle this year. So we got the final 3 here. As far as these 3 are concerned, Ripley and Belair went to go team up on Charlotte. And rightfully so. That was the right strategy. Charlotte fought back and suplexed Belair before going after Ripley. Ripley almost eliminated Charlotte, but she stayed on the apron. Belair and Ripley teamed up to eventually eliminate Charlotte Flair. I wiped sweat from my brow. I was happy to see Charlotte not winning the Royal Rumble. She's gone. She was eliminated, and she laughed after being eliminated. I don't know what the laughing was for, but what I took away from Charlotte laughing after being eliminated is, ha, 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 you got one over on me now. Ha, 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 I went to Vince McMahon and I didn't agree with this decision. Ha, 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 I'm going to get you back because I don't like putting over younger talent. Charlotte was laughing because she had to put over 2 young talents in the ring. Charlotte was laughing because she didn't have the spotlight on herself. Simple. So she's gone. Goodbye. Go sit next to catering in catering. So now we're down to Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Ripley tried to eliminate Belair, and they both went over, and they're both sitting on the apron. They both avoided elimination. Rhea Ripley was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Let's get back into the ring. Don't make any sudden movements. Let's get back into the ring. Let's do this right. So they both rolled back into the ring. Ripley suggested they get back into the ring. They took each other down with face busters. We got a "This is awesome" chant in the virtual Thunderdome. They had a really great back and forth exchange that ended with Belair clotheslining Ripley over the top rope. Belair wins the 2021 Royal Rumble by entering at number 3 and is going to WrestleMania and challenging who I think she should challenge, because she could certainly challenge Asuka. Looks like she's challenging Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title. Again, it could be either one of those women. It could be Asuka. But I think the right match here is Sasha Banks. Now, the funny thing is it really out of the realm of possibility for Bianca Belair to challenge Asuka? I mean, I think it's absolutely possible. Maybe WWE has other plans for Sasha Banks. What if Bianca challenges Asuka? I mean, Asuka has no opponent. Asuka has absolutely no opponent at WrestleMania. They could do Asuka versus Bianca Belair. And that would leave WWE, the Elimination Chamber, for the SmackDown side. It could be Bayley winning the Elimination Chamber and getting Sasha at WrestleMania. That could be a possible option. Now, I don't think they're going to go that way. I don't. I honestly think that Bianca is going to challenge Sasha. We're going to get the SmackDown Women's title being Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. And I do think that Asuka's opponent is going to be determined inside the Elimination Chamber. And I do think that it's going to be Asuka and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the Monday Night Raw Women's Championship. And then that's going to open up Rhea Ripley and Charlotte in a rematch at some future pay-per-view event in 2021. But the tides are going to be reversed. It's going to be Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, with Charlotte chasing Rhea Ripley. Simple. Not for the NXT title, but for the Monday Night Raw Women's title. Let me know what you guys think about that. I wouldn't mind either one of those two situations. As long as Charlotte is out of the Women's Championship title picture, I really hope that is the case. She doesn't belong there. She doesn't need to be there. Enough is enough. How many reigns does she have? 14 already in 6 years? How could anyone look at that and see that as being right? It's not. Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Asuka, Rhea Ripley. It could be Bianca Belair and Asuka. Bayley and Sasha Banks. We could get Rhea Ripley and Charlotte at WrestleMania in a one-on-one rematch with Rhea Ripley getting her win back if they want to go that route. Those are 3 strong women's title matches right there. That could be awesome. But I don't think that's the direction that they're going. I don't. So let me know what you guys think about that. The one thing, if we get Rhea and Asuka, Sasha and Bianca, what do we do with Bayley? Does Bayley get her own match at WrestleMania? Or does Bayley get involved with the SmackDown Women's title and we get Bianca, Sasha, and Bayley? Maybe WWE doesn't want Bianca to pin Sasha. Maybe Bayley gets involved, and that's an easy way for WWE to give Bianca the SmackDown Women's title by beating Bayley without having to pin Sasha. I don't know which direction they're going. So we'll see what happens with that. A lot of you guys in the chat are saying Asuka versus Naomi. Is Naomi on Raw? I could have sworn that Naomi was on SmackDown. Maybe she is on Raw. I don't know the last time she was even on TV. So if she's on Raw, listen, I'm with you guys. I think Asuka and Naomi would be a great match for the Raw Women's title. I don't know if WWE is going to go that route because they really haven't gotten behind Naomi at all. You know, Naomi had a good showing in the Royal Rumble, but that doesn't mean WWE is going to get behind Naomi all of a sudden. We're going to see what happens. Maybe they do reward her for her great showing in the Royal Rumble, which she had a great showing. Outside of Rhea and outside of Bianca, you want to talk about somebody who thrived in this Royal Rumble, it was absolutely Naomi, and rightfully so. Deservedly so. She is on Raw. A lot of you guys are saying she's on Raw. Again, I wouldn't mind that. But I don't think WWE is going to go that route. They haven't shown you at all that they are going to push Naomi. Maybe we'll see something different on Monday. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Ronda's also an option as well. Ronda is also an option as well. Her contract actually ends on April 10th, according to Dave Meltzer in The Observer. Her contract ends on the first night of WrestleMania. Is WWE going to use her in some capacity? Could we get Ronda and Asuka? And then Becky Lynch is always a wild card. We could get Becky Lynch coming back. WWE might have more than one option here for Asuka. We just don't know what that is. And we don't really know if Rhea Ripley's going to end up on the main roster at all. We assume so. She's got nothing else to do in NXT. But there is a multitude of options for WWE to go and do with Asuka at WrestleMania. But I think we all know that Bianca and Sasha is the match they are more than likely planning for WrestleMania. At the end of this match, Bianca was interviewed by Kayla Braxton. I had a problem with Kayla interviewing Bianca on Friday after her win over Bayley. But the genuine feel of the Bianca Belair promo, man, it hit on some heartstrings for me. I don't know how you guys felt. It hit on some heartstrings for me because, you know, we've watched Bianca grow in NXT. And, you know, I, along with many others, have watched NXT for years. We know it's fallen off the face of the earth. And Bianca was a part of that greatest part of NXT's history right there. It was fucking unbelievable. So we watched her mature in NXT. We seen her get involved in the Charlotte and Rhea feud last year. We seen her get called up to the main roster. We all wondered when she was going to finally break through because she was so great. She cut this promo tonight, and it was so genuine. She was crying. She mentioned her mother and her father. She mentioned that she's going to be the EST at WrestleMania, and she was legitimately crying right there with all that emotion coming out in the middle of the ring, and it was something that was just genuinely felt by everybody. And the best part of it all is that Bianca is seeing success in WWE without actually being somebody. And listen, I don't mean this in any disparaging way. The main roster, the front office, looks at women in a particular way, and she doesn't look like the type of woman that WWE has pushed in the past. And she doesn't have a Hall of Fame father in the WWE like Charlotte does. She's not this third or fourth generation superstar that WWE is going to cradle and take care of. She broke through on her own. She got to where she is right now because of the sheer fucking talent that she has. And it's genuine. And it's a great thing to see. That's why so many people are on her side. And she will win the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. This is where we're going with this. Whether it's against Sasha or Sasha and Bayley, she is walking out of WrestleMania as that SmackDown Women's Champion. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens. This was for the WWE Universal Championship. This was a last man standing match. This was a great match. All the way up until the ending. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. A lot of people have enjoyed what they've done together storyline-wise. I think it's safe to say that everybody has enjoyed Roman Reigns and what he's done on WWE television. The guy is absolutely fantastic. Everything he's touched has turned to gold. Everybody he's been in the ring with has been better off for it. The power of Roman Reigns is being felt by everybody. It's being seen by everybody. Kevin Owens had this one match with Roman Reigns. They had a steel cage match. Go from TLC to a steel cage match, and then they include Adam Pearce in this feud, and they try to get it to the Royal Rumble. They did so in a very nice way. The promo back and forth between Paul Heyman and Kevin Owens on Talking Smack has been fantastic. Roman Reigns has somehow gotten better every single week. And it's resulted in this match at the Royal Rumble in the Last Man Standing. Now, there's no way that Roman Reigns is losing this championship. None. There's no fucking way Roman Reigns is losing this championship, nor should he lose this championship. This is his championship until WWE absolutely runs out of opponents for him. Which at that point, I don't know what they do. Kevin Owens, if he's not in the main event, or hovering around the main event after this match, after this feud with Roman Reigns, WWE will have fucked up. I'm worried what they genuinely do with Kevin Owens going into WrestleMania. What do they do with him? Who do they put him against? How do you follow this up with Kevin Owens? That's what I'm worried about. And that's what I talked about 2 weeks ago when I talked about SmackDown. I've been mentioning it every single week. With Kevin Owens in this feud with Roman Reigns, it's not about what he does in this feud, in this match, in these title matches with Roman Reigns. It's what WWE does with Kevin Owens after this that is going to be the story. That's the most important aspect of what Kevin Owens is doing right now. What he does after Kevin Owens. Does he fall back into obscurity? Does he go back to his KO shows? Which, thank Christ, we have not seen in the last 2 months. What do they do with Kevin Owens? That's what I want to know. It's WWE and what they do with the pen that's going to write this guy's fate. Is he going to sink or is he going to swim? Is he going to be in a prominent role at WrestleMania or is he going to go back to doing nothing? I hope to God that after what he's shown everybody with these 3 matches against Roman Reigns, that this guy absolutely belongs at the top of the card. This match was fucking fantastic. One of the best last man standing matches that we've seen in forever in WWE. And I'm not really a fan of last man standing matches. This match was a take on old school last man. I'm talking going back to Rock Mankind last man standing matches. That's how brutal this fucking thing was. Minus the one hiccup at the end, which I don't know why that sequence ended up in the match. I don't. Reigns hits a Superman punch less than 30 seconds into the match. Owens got up. Obviously, he wasn't going to stay down. Owens pops up. He hits a pop-up powerbomb. Reigns was up by a 4 count. Reigns speared Owens 60 seconds into this thing. So he rolls to the outside, does Owens. He gets up by a 7. Reigns attacks Owens with some steel steps on the outside. Owens came back with a super kick. Owens hit Reigns with the steps and wanted to try a dive off a platform, but Reigns poked him in the eye to stop that. Reigns was attacking Owens with a steel chair. Owens fought back, attacked Reigns in the knee, in the leg with the steel chair. Reigns fought back with the chair, but Owens responded with a stunner in the Thunderdome crowd. So they were going up the levels of the Thunderdome in Tropicana Field. Reigns, at one point, was teetering on the 2nd or 3rd level. I don't remember which level they were on, but he was teetering on the edge of one of the platforms. He almost fell down, but he gave Owens a Superman punch before launching Owens off of the platform. He threw Owens off of the platform like he did on SmackDown, through 3 tables down below. Tables were covered by a black cloth. He went right off the platform, right through the tables. Owens barely made a 9 count. Owens made his way through the back, and we see Tropicana Field in its entirety. We see in the large-scale backstage area that is Tropicana Field inside the Thunderdome. There's a practice ring back there. It was wide open. You see the rest of the baseball stadium. Really, really great aesthetic inside the Thunderdome. Really. This match used the large scale of the Thunderdome to the best of its ability, man. I loved it. So you see all the backstage area. So Owens, he's crawling away after the fucking fall off the platform through the table. He's crawling away. He's going to the back. He's trying to escape, trying to get himself and collect himself. Where Reigns is, I don't know. We didn't see Reigns for at least a couple of minutes. I'm assuming he's climbing down from the platforms. We see Roman Reigns all of a sudden come into frame, speeding on a golf cart. He must have called Sammy Guevara, bro, how many miles per hour were you doing when Matt Hardy ran you over on Dynamite? This was absolutely out of AEW's playbook. Roman Reigns comes speeding with a golf cart, runs over Kevin Owens so hard, this guy is launched through the golf cart window, and Roman Reigns nearly kills Kevin Owens on pay-per-view. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff, man. Owens got up after being run over by a golf cart. He made a 9 count. He made the 9 count. Owens then somehow is fighting back. He tackled Reigns. He was hammering away with some big blows. Gave him a pop-up powerbomb on some random announce desk that was backstage. So Owens, he then hits a frog splash through a table. Owens got up at 6. Reigns got up at 9. Owens hit Reigns with a small ladder. And Reigns and Owens were not done with the brutality. So Reigns is on the floor, or Reigns is trying to get up. He then lays Reigns on a platform of sorts, or it looks like tables. Another table covered with some cloth. He sees this forklift. He gets into the seat of the forklift, does Owens. He uses the mechanisms and he raises the forklift up. All of a sudden we see this aerial drone flying above Kevin Owens, which was awesome. Owens climbs up to the forklift, and he hits a fucking swanton bomb off of the forklift, through the tables, through Reigns, with the aerial shot of the drone capturing all of this carnage. It was fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. They piped in a holy shit chant. Reigns barely got up at a 9. He got up at a 9. He immediately fell back down. Reigns was bleeding. Owens grabbed him and said, "Whose blood is that on your face, huh? It's not mine," he yells at Reigns. So they were back on the stage. And Reigns got up at a 9 before hitting Owens with a Superman punch out of nowhere. Reigns then all of a sudden speared Owens through the video boards on the stage. Reigns got up quickly, but Owens rolled off the stage, made a 9 count by rolling off the stage onto his feet. Reigns couldn't believe what was going on. So Reigns grabbed some handcuffs. He had handcuffs wrapped around his wrist. He was punching away at Owens. They were going back and forth with big blows. Reigns tried to handcuff Owens, but Owens came back with a stunner out of nowhere. Owens then used the handcuffs to hammer away at Reigns before cuffing him to a staging rig that was off to the side of the stage. Now, okay, Roman Reigns is handcuffed. I get what Owens was trying to do. He could not stand up. He wanted to incapacitate Roman Reigns to a point where he could not stand up with him being handcuffed at some weird angle on this staging rig. Referee started counting. 1, 2, 3. Got up to a 9. Reigns took the referee by his shirt, laying down handcuffed, threw him into another rig that was right above him, knocked the referee out. So Reigns bought himself some time. All of a sudden, Paul Heyman finally comes over, and he tries to unhandcuff Roman Reigns. Now, Owens used the handcuffs to fire away some shots at Reigns. Reigns was handcuffed. Reigns couldn't get up. Owens was about to win. Like I said, Reigns grabbed the referee, threw the original referee into the steel rig. Reigns low-blowed Owens. So that's when Heyman comes over, tries to unhandcuff Roman Reigns, but they were fumbling. Paul Heyman could not get an angle where he could unhandcuff Roman Reigns. So the second referee was counting, and then all of a sudden he stopped his count to allow extra time for Paul Heyman to unhandcuff Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens was standing in the corner selling the low blow. And then all of a sudden, Paul Heyman got the handcuffs off of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns went right over to Kevin Owens, applied the guillotine choke. He tapped out, could not make the 10 count, and Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. This was an unbelievable brawl that was fucked up, and the momentum of it was fucked up by the terrible botch of these handcuffs. Now, I don't necessarily blame Paul Heyman. I don't necessarily blame Roman Reigns. I get what they were trying to do. But the way that Roman Reigns was handcuffed to this steel rig was fucking ridiculous. That's what fucked it up. I don't know why you needed to handcuff him in some zigzag way where he couldn't really get out of it. Then Paul Heyman goes over there. He's trying to maneuver himself in different ways to try and get a right angle to unhandcuff this guy. And it took forever. I can't even imagine what Paul Heyman was going through, man. You're on live TV and you can't fucking do the simple task of unhandcuffing somebody to finish this match. Paul Heyman was probably sweating where you shouldn't even be sweating in that moment. I get what they were trying to do, man, but they went a little too far with trying to sell the fact that Roman Reigns couldn't stand up from the handcuffs. I don't think that spot really needed to be that tough or that believable. It was just the way he was handcuffed. I don't blame anybody. It was the way in which he was handcuffed that fucked everybody up. But I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm not going to let that take away from what I thought was a great fucking match, man. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. And like I said, it's what they do with Kevin Owens after this that is going to speak volumes on what WWE thinks of him. I hope they don't punish him because of this situation tonight. Because I can imagine somebody in the back very, very angry about what they did there. The Royal Rumble match, man, the men's match ended the show. The Rumble match ended the show. And I got to admit, this match was very straightforward. There was really no big surprises in this thing. I enjoyed this for the most part. Was it better than last year's Rumble? I'm going to go out there and say no. I do not think that this match was better than last year's Royal Rumble. I do think this was a solid Royal Rumble. I think this was a very good Royal Rumble. But I do not think that this was better than last year's Royal Rumble. Now, as far as number 1 and 2, if you guys watched WWE Backstage, it was Edge and Randy Orton that were announced as number 1 and number 2 in the Royal Rumble. Numbers were drawn on WWE Backstage Saturday night. I actually did not mind that it ended up being... I minded that they gave the fucking numbers away. I fucking hate that. In no way, shape, or form. Fans or no fans. I don't want to see WWE using the excuse, oh, we gave number 1 and number 2 away because there was no fucking fans in attendance. Bullshit. The whole fucking purpose of why we love the Royal Rumble. Who comes out at number 1 and 2? I minded that you gave it away. I didn't mind that it was Edge and Randy Orton. In fact, if Edge and Randy Orton came out at number 1 and 2 and you didn't give it away, I would still be shocked. I would still be surprised. Oh, shit. This is good. So I'm looking at it. Even after they gave it away. I'm like, I hate the fact that they gave it away, but I don't mind that it's Edge and Randy Orton. It's almost a take on what they did with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in the 2007 Royal Rumble, where they were the last 2 guys in the match. And then in 2008, they started the Royal Rumble off. So I'm just looking back at the 2008 Royal Rumble. I'm like, oh, shit. It's like a Shawn Michaels and Undertaker type thing. And we got Edge and Randy Orton kind of mimicking that in 2021. Slightly, kind of. So it picks up their feud because Edge was out all of 2020. So that's another positive spin on it. It picks up their feud. Edge ran right after Randy Orton on the ramp. Randy Orton didn't even make it down the ramp. Edge ran out of the ring and right up the ramp at Randy Orton. They battled outside all around ringside until number 3 came out, which was Sami Zayn. So Edge was very intense in his attack on Randy Orton, which was nice to see. We got Sami being brilliant as always. He's being very heelish, helping Randy Orton take down Edge and trying to double team and make friends with Randy Orton in the Royal Rumble. The last guy you want to make friends with in the Royal Rumble is Randy Orton. Mustafa Ali came out at number 4. He was looking at Orton, and I assumed he'd go after Orton because if you guys remember, Randy Orton broke Mustafa Ali's orbital bone, gave him a huge black eye, broke his orbital bone, and he missed the Elimination Chamber. He missed WrestleMania. So I assumed that Ali was going to go after Orton, but in fact, he went after Edge. So we got all the heels now teaming up on Edge. It was a 3-on-1 situation. So out comes Jeff Hardy at number 5. He went right after Randy Orton, and then he stopped the 3-on-1 heel attack on Edge. Whisper in the wind on Zayn and Ali, but he ate an RKO by Orton. Orton gave one to Zayn, and then he gave one to Ali. So RKOs all around. He was eventually stopped by Edge. Edge stopped this RKO spree with a spear. Edge and Randy Orton again on the outside, brawling around the ringside area. They both ended up on the announce table outside. Edge delivered a DDT on top of the table. Randy Orton's knee crashed right into the table. Edge took a steel chair right to Randy Orton's knee. So Randy Orton was selling injuries because Edge was absolutely kicking the living shit out of this guy. And rightfully so. Dolph Ziggler came out at number 6. Edge continuing his attack on Orton with a chair. Like I said, Ziggler sneaks in the ring and eliminates Hardy pretty quickly. Poor Jeff Hardy, man. Absolutely jobber status in WWE nowadays. Edge back in the ring after laying Orton out. Referees are attending to Orton right now. He eats a zigzag from Ziggler. Edge back in the ring. More 3-on-1 attacks against Edge. Out comes Shinsuke Nakamura at number 7. Randy Orton was assisted by the referees, like I told you. They were taking him to the back. Number 8. Out comes Carlito. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Carlito, he looks fucking fantastic. Holy shit. I haven't seen Carlito in years. He looks great. He was supposed to be on Legends Night. He was supposed to be on Legends Night on January 4th. And he didn't want to come to the show because WWE only had him in like some 30-second backstage skit. So I kind of predicted on the podcast Saturday, I'm like, I think we'll see RVD and Carlito in the Royal Rumble. And lo and behold, we've seen Carlito in the Royal Rumble. Nice little guess. Usually my guesses are wrong. But we've seen Carlito in the Royal Rumble, and he looks fantastic. He came in, he gave 2 backstabbers to Nakamura and Ali. Number 9, Xavier Woods, he runs in and goes right after Ali because the New Day has been feuding with Retribution. Number 10, Big E. So out comes Big E, 2/3 of the New Day now in the Rumble. That gives them some solid chance here. Goes right after Ali to help Woods. They then double team Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn has been feuding with Big E over the IC title. Zayn was eventually dumped out of the ring and eliminated by both Woods and Big E. Number 11 is John Morrison. Ali and Woods both go over the top, but hang on. Ali eliminated Xavier Woods from the apron. So he eliminates Woods, and then Big E got so angry that he eliminated Ali. So Ali's gone. Number 12 is Ricochet. Ricochet's in the Royal Rumble, folks. How exactly did Ricochet magically get an opportunity to be in the Royal Rumble? Did he win a cooking contest backstage in catering? Did he speed run through some fucking levels in Super Mario 3D? Super Mario Maker? Did he beat Woods in some fucking gaming competition? What happened? How did Ricochet magically all of a sudden declare himself an opportunity to be in the Royal Rumble when Adam Pearce did not give him the opportunity to be in the Royal Rumble? He said, all right, everybody else is declaring themselves in the Rumble. You got to earn yourself into the Royal Rumble. Lost to AJ Styles. We thought he wasn't going to be in the Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden he just shows up in the Royal Rumble at number 12. I don't get it. It's like the company just loves being illogical for whatever reason. So somehow he made himself into the Royal Rumble. He magically earned himself a spot in the Royal Rumble. Some flashy offense against Ziggler and some flashy offense against Edge. Elias came out at number 13. He comes right in with a beautiful sit-out chokeslam on Ricochet. Drift away to John Morrison. Elias eliminated Carlito Cool, which fucking sucked. I wanted Carlito to last in the Royal Rumble. But he certainly looks like he would fit right on WWE TV. If they wanted to sign him, listen, man, he'd fit right on Raw or right on SmackDown. He looks great. If you guys did not watch, Carlito looks fantastic, man. Believe me. So number 14 comes out. It's Damian Priest, the Archer of Infamy, probably making his way to Monday Night Raw. Takes out Elias with his finishing move. Takes out Ricochet, some flashy offense against Morrison. Priest eliminated Elias. Priest and Edge were going at it. Edge actually almost eliminated Priest. And by the time The Miz came out, Miz was number 15. Damian Priest is really fucking good. I hope WWE does him right on the main roster. That's saying a lot because normally when people get called up from NXT, they get fucking buried on the main roster. This guy is good. He's a big guy that knows how to move. He's nimble. He flies. He could wrestle the big man style. He's got a great look. He's got a great entrance. He's a great promo. I don't know how you could possibly fuck up Damian Priest, man. We may have even gotten a glimpse into what Priest will be doing on the main roster a little bit later. So The Miz comes out at number 15. Miz went right to the side of the stage. And by the way, I didn't even bother talking about it. Bad Bunny had a performance with Booker T tonight. I mean, it was short, it was painless, but my God, man, that is not my cup of tea. That is not my cup of tea at all, man. If you enjoy that music, God bless you. Okay? But it's not JD's type of music. So he was out there earlier in the night with Booker T. He was doing his thing. He had a DJ to the side of the stage. The DJ equipment was still left out there. So The Miz comes out. He goes to the side of the stage. The DJ equipment was there. He destroyed Bad Bunny's DJ equipment with his Money in the Bank briefcase. So he ran to the ring. He gave a skull-crushing finale to Big E. Miz and Morrison double-team Ricochet and Dolph Ziggler. Bad Bunny comes out all of a sudden, and he distracts the Miz and Morrison, who were in the ring. And they were both eliminated by Damian Priest. So Damian Priest got the eliminations on Miz and Morrison, and then all of a sudden, Bad Bunny gets into the ring, climbs to the top rope, nearly slips off the top rope, but he recovered somehow, and he delivered a crossbody to Miz and Morrison, man. Bad Bunny delivered a better top rope aerial maneuver than Snoop Dogg on Dynamite a couple weeks ago. So there you go. That's going to be all over the fucking news airwaves and ESPN and God knows what. It's going to be all over social media. Look, Bad Bunny, the biggest musical act in the fucking world. How? I don't know. Jumped off the top rope in the Royal Rumble and took out John Morrison in the Miz. Almost killed himself doing so, but he hit a pretty decent crossbody. Matt Riddle, number 16. Daniel Bryan, number 17. And then Kane comes out, number 18. Chokeslam to Edge, chokeslam to Nakamura, chokeslam to Matt Riddle. Kane eliminated Ziggler. Goodbye. Where Bobby Roode was, I don't know. Chokeslam to Ricochet. Ricochet was eliminated. So, for all those people that tell me Ricochet's not buried, he just got buried by one of the Brothers of Destruction. Kind of goes hand in hand. Ricochet is dead on the main roster, man. Can't catch a break. I don't even think he had a fucking elimination in this thing. Bryan and Kane had a little intimate moment in the ring. They hugged each other, bringing back the Team Hell No memories. And then Bryan got a chokeslam from Kane. Priest and Kane came eye to eye in the middle of the ring, and Damian Priest eliminated Kane with ease. That's a big moment for Damian Priest, man. Kane is one of those guys that you look at as a master of eliminations in the Royal Rumble, and Damian Priest took care of Kane very easily. Number 19, Baron Corbin. He runs right after Riddle, deep six to Nakamura, then clotheslines Nakamura over the top rope, eliminating him. A lot of people were going crazy. Oh my God, Nakamura is going to win the Royal Rumble. Oh my God, Nakamura's being pushed in the WWE. Nakamura barely lasted 10 minutes in this Royal Rumble. What push? He looks a lot better than he has in the last 3 years, but the guy is going nowhere. WWE's now pushing Nakamura to a world title. Nakamura's gone. Number 20 is Otis. First ever Rumble match for Otis. He came in and he threw Corbin, Big E, and Damian Priest around. He delivered a caterpillar to Damian Priest. He set up for a Vader bomb in the corner, but Corbin came from behind and dumped him over the top rope. Otis lasted less than 90 seconds. Out comes Rey Mysterio. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Dominic Mysterio. Same shit. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey Mysterio. 619, booyaka, booyaka, Dominic Mysterio. He immediately had a spine buster from Baron Corbin. Dominic head scissored Corbin over the top rope and eliminated him. So Baron Corbin was gone. He got eliminated by Dominic. Number 22, Bobby Lashley. Lashley launched Dominic over the top rope and eliminated Priest, which I didn't really like. Damian Priest was doing so well, and then in comes Bobby Lashley, and we get Damian Priest eliminating him like that. Give me a break, bro. Could be setting up a Damian Priest and Bobby Lashley match going into the future of Monday Night Raw. We'll see. I do expect he will end up on Monday Night Raw. So Bobby Lashley eliminated Damian Priest. Lashley and Big E went at it with Riddle getting in there against Lashley as well. Number 23, out came the Hurricane, Shane Helms. Now, I know everybody loves the Hurricane and his brand of comedy and his comedy character. He's seen his day, of course. Hurricane tried to double chokeslam Bobby Lashley and Big E, and he was launched over the top rope, and he was eliminated in less than 90 seconds. Now, I don't know what you guys feel about this. Take a sip of my drink here. Liquid Death, by the way. Awesome. I love these fucking guys. Now, I don't know what you guys feel about numbers like this, man. With the Hurricane coming out at this number, comes in at number 23. There was no comedic moment in this match by the Hurricane. He didn't do anything funny. He didn't do anything of note. He tried to double chokeslam two guys that he would never in 1,000 years be able to pick up, and he was eliminated in less than 90 seconds. WWE has their deepest roster ever, and that's who you're giving a spot to? His inclusion in this Rumble will be remembered for nothing. Why isn't that spot going to somebody in NXT? Why couldn't a Dexter Lumis get that spot? Why couldn't a Cameron Grimes get that spot? Why couldn't an Austin Theory get that spot? Or someone like that? Somebody. Isaiah Scott. Santos Escobar. Tommaso Ciampa. I don't get it. Why are we giving spots like that to the Hurricane and it ends up being absolutely meaningless? I don't really understand it. That's my gripe. That's my gripe. So out comes number 24. A lot of people said that he was going to show up. I said, I don't think he is. I think WWE's well past that. Out comes number 24, and it's Christian, and he comes out, and he's back in wrestling form. Captain Charisma is back. Lashley was eliminated by Riddle, Christian, Big E, and Bryan. They all teamed up to eliminate Bobby Lashley. So I'm glad he didn't just get dumped over the top rope. It took 4 guys to eliminate Bobby Lashley. So I'm all right with that. Lashley was never going to win, but it took 4 guys to eliminate him. I'm okay with that. Unprettier by Christian to Big E. Edge and Christian hugged. Edge looked totally thrilled that Christian was in the Royal Rumble. This win in the Royal Rumble for Edge meant a lot more that Christian was in there at the end with him. So they hugged Riddle. I don't know why I laughed at this, man. I laughed my ass off at this. Riddle, Edge and Christian are hugging. There's an emotional moment there. Matt Riddle comes over and he's doing his thing, and he's like fanboying over Edge and Christian being back together. Bro, look, he's doing his mannerisms are hilarious. He gets taken out. He was fanboying over both of them. They beat the shit out of him. Number 25 comes out. It's AJ Styles. He went right after Christian. Took it to Edge as well with a DDT. AJ goes for a phenomenal forearm on Edge, but he misses. Edge delivers a spear to AJ. Out comes number 26, Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka, 619. Booyaka, booyaka, Rey Mysterio. Mysterio almost eliminated AJ, but almost on the outside saved him from being eliminated. Now, almost played a big factor in this thing. He actually grabbed Big E from the floor, and he dragged him over the top rope. That's how fucking big this guy is. Dragged him over the top from the outside, grabbed him, and he eliminated Rey Mysterio and threw him into the barricade by grabbing him off the apron. So Rey Mysterio was gone. Number 28, Cesaro comes out. He runs right after Edge. He meets Sheamus in the middle of the ring. We got a mini reunion of the Bar. Sheamus, he gets a swing for his trouble, Cesaro swing. Then he gives Bryan a Cesaro swing that lasted almost forever. Looked like it was never going to end. Seth Rollins comes out at number 29. The Messiah is back on SmackDown. Cesaro almost immediately eliminated Rollins upon entry with a flying uppercut. So he almost got Rollins out. Out comes number 30, and this is Braun Strowman. Goldberg did not make an appearance in the Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman comes in. He almost eliminated Styles, but almost saved him again. Strowman eliminated in rapid-fire fashion Cesaro, Sheamus, and Styles back to back to back. He threw Styles out on the opposite side of the ring because he knew Omos was going to try and save Styles again. So Braun Strowman showed everybody tonight, folks, that he not only runs fast, right? But Braun Strowman has just a little bit of a brain. Wow. I'm surprised. Strowman, Rollins, Riddle, Bryan, Edge, and Christian. Those are the final 6. So Bryan and Riddle are in the middle of the ring. They go blow for blow. That's a match I'd love to see. Bryan hits a big knee on Edge. Bryan hits a drop kick on Christian, drop kick to Strowman, back to Riddle in the middle of the ring. They continue going blow for blow in the middle of the ring. Riddle looked to eliminate Bryan, but Bryan goes off the top with a missile drop kick to Riddle. Rollins was sitting on the outside, and he comes in waiting for his moment to do what he's got to do. He comes back in, and he curb stomps Daniel Bryan, and he eliminates Daniel Bryan from the Royal Rumble. I fucking hate Seth Rollins. You fucking cocksucker. Daniel Bryan was eliminated. I don't know why this needed to happen. So Bryan was gone. Rollins also had a back and forth with Matt Riddle. Curb stomped Riddle on the apron. He got assisted from Strowman, and Riddle was eliminated. So we got the final four being Rollins, Strowman, Edge, and Christian. Now, Rollins wanted to team up with Strowman and take out these two legends. We're the future. We're the youth. Not these two has-beens. So Strowman obviously did not want to team with Rollins. So Strowman knocked him down before running over Edge and Christian with a shoulder tackle. Christian and Edge tried to eliminate Strowman. Rollins eliminated Christian and Strowman at the same time. And then Edge eliminated Rollins. Edge wins the Royal Rumble. Nuh-uh. No, we don't. We got Randy Orton. Randy Orton was in the back. He was getting attended to by medical doctors during the Rumble. He comes out, missing his knee pad. He hits an RKO on Edge. So Orton was about to eliminate Edge, but Edge countered and eliminated Orton. Edge eliminates Orton to win the 2021 Royal Rumble. And Edge is going to WrestleMania, and who the fuck knows what he's going to do. Now, I said it on Monday. I don't have a problem with Edge winning the Royal Rumble. I said with the promo that Edge cut on Monday Night Raw, I would not be surprised at all if he won the Royal Rumble. But the thing is, folks, the WWE has a major problem. The WWE has a major trust problem. They do not trust the youth in this company at all. They don't trust anybody that isn't a Hall of Fame legend. Every single WrestleMania year, we go into WrestleMania with WWE giving these opportunities to the usual people. I don't remember anybody that WWE has trusted to take the ball and run with. McIntyre was one of few that WWE actually put over at WrestleMania that deserved it. A young guy being put over at WrestleMania. I can't remember anybody. Daniel Bryan was the last guy. It's always the same fucking people. This company has a trust issue with anybody under the age of 50. That's what you use the Royal Rumble for, to give Edge a WrestleMania main event. There was no other fucking way for Edge to get to WrestleMania. If you wanted Edge at WrestleMania, there was no other way to get him in a WrestleMania main event match, a championship match. He couldn't win the Elimination Chamber. You couldn't give this opportunity to a young guy. You couldn't give it to a Bryan. Bryan's not young either. But Bryan ain't 50 fucking years old. And Bryan, his story is better than Edge's story. How many times have we seen the Edge story? Oh, yeah, I'm an aging legend. I don't got many years left. I need to ascend the throne one more time and write the final chapter of my career. Give me a fucking break. That's what you use the Royal Rumble should specifically be used to build young talent over. How much youth do you have in this fucking company? And how many of them were better off in this Royal Rumble? That's who you want to give the Royal Rumble to? Edge? Now, Daniel Bryan could still make WrestleMania. We could still get Reigns and Bryan at WrestleMania, which I'm hoping WWE has plans for. Him going to the Elimination Chamber, him winning the Chamber. Listen, With Edge, I'm trying to look at this positively. With Edge winning the Royal Rumble, that Elimination Chamber is looking really fucking good. It really is. Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura. You got possibly Cesaro in there. Kevin Owens. That's looking like a really good Elimination Chamber. I don't know what WWE does, but I know Reigns' opponent will be determined inside that chamber. Now, WWE could throw us a screwball. They could give us Edge versus Roman Reigns. They're not doing that. And if they do that, they are out of their fucking mind, absolutely fucking stupid. Roman Reigns and Edge should not, on any fucking planet, under any circumstances, happen. And if it does, Edge gets his heart broken. Edge is not beating Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns shouldn't be losing to anybody. A lot of people are like, oh, JD wants Bryan and Reigns because he wants Bryan to take the title off of Roman. I don't want Bryan to take the title off Roman. I just want the fucking story that makes the most sense to conclude. There's no way you're going to put Edge and Reigns in the main event and have Edge take the title off Roman Reigns. That's not what you built Reigns up for. Edge and McIntyre is a better match. Edge and McIntyre is a match I could see them taking the title of McIntyre and putting it on Edge. What you do after that, I don't give a fuck, as long as it's not Roman Reigns. Edge and McIntyre, Bryan and Reigns. That is the way that you go. Bianca and Sasha. We're off to a pretty damn good WrestleMania, if you ask me. Bryan, Reigns, McIntyre, Edge, Sasha, Bianca. You want to add Bayley to that? God bless you. But this is not going to lead to Edge and Roman Reigns. Oh, but they're going to do spear versus spear. What are you, fucking 6 years old? That's what you're going to build your WrestleMania match off. Oh, you can't get spear versus spear with Goldberg and Reigns. So let's go to the other guy that has a fucking spear for a finishing move. We could do Edge versus Roman Reigns. They can't possibly complain about that one. Give me a fucking break and do what is right here. Give me McIntyre and Edge, Bryan and Reigns, and call it a day. Call it a day. Now, I'm not even sure they do Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins was creeping on the outside like some fucking peeper looking through some window, looking to rob a whole fucking family of their jewels and fucking belongings. He was just sitting out there waiting. Came in, picked his moment, curb stomped Daniel Bryan, and threw him over the top rope. Is WWE going with Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? They teased something back when the draft happened. Right when the draft happened last year, they teased Bryan and Rollins on SmackDown. Are we getting that? I don't see why. I'm not interested in that. Bryan and Reigns. Do something else with Seth Rollins. Do Seth Rollins and Big E, like I told you, for the IC title. But Daniel Bryan, we might not be looking at him challenging for the Universal Championship. I'm not really confident in WWE. It makes sense for him to win the chamber. In there with Cesaro, Nakamura, Kevin Owens, and whoever else you want to put in there. Rollins could be in there. But I don't see WWE. I'm not very confident in them giving us the match that we want. I have a feeling they're doing something else with Roman. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't. That is the biggest question mark out of them all. Who are they saving for Roman? Why is Roman's opponent not easily, someone that you could figure out? It should be. Yet we're here scratching our heads. Are they going with Bryan and Reigns? Are they going with Bryan and Rollins? Are they going to do Rollins and Reigns? That's a possibility. I just don't understand where they're going and why Roman Reigns' opponent is so secretive and why it's so difficult to figure out. Could be John Cena. Could be John Cena. Here's another one. John Cena could show up on SmackDown, be in the Elimination Chamber, win the Chamber, go to WrestleMania, challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title. I wouldn't be upset with that one either. I wouldn't. Because I know John Cena's not going to be taking the title off of Roman Reigns. Could John Cena be chasing number 17 through Roman? That actually doesn't sound all that bad. That doesn't sound all that bad at all. You might not like it, but if there was somebody else that isn't named Daniel Bryan that I would want in a match with Roman, it'll be John Cena. Could it be John Cena? Roman is the face of this company now. John Cena has one foot out the door, Mr. Hollywood himself with his new haircut. Could we be looking at John Cena chasing number 17 against the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania? I would not be opposed to that at all. At least I know John Cena wouldn't be winning the title. Edge and Roman Reigns, rather, that's not for me. That really isn't. I don't know why anybody would want that. It's going to be a very interesting situation going into the Chamber, folks. We got a couple weeks to figure that one out. But it's going to be a nail biter. That much is for certain. Man, oh man. That is the Royal Rumble review, guys. We are at 1885 as far as likes go. Hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 2,000 likes on the live stream, guys. We're almost there. Let's do it. We are going to go over some super chats right now, man. If you guys want to hang out, I would love to have you stick around. Super chats are open. We're going to take a breather. We're going to take a step back. We're going to relax. But if you guys are going to head on out of here, man, I will be live for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night after the show goes off the air, right back here on YouTube. So make sure you guys join me then. And I thank all of you for all of your support. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. We are here every single week covering WWE. Let's go over these super chats here, man. Take a breather, relax. We got Kenley Pierre with a $5 super chat. The Women's Rumble reminded me of the 2005 Men's Rumble match with Batista and Cena, the last two, when they were fresh new talent. Am I right? I would say that you are, bro. Fantastic. Shout out to Jesse. He just texted me. What's up, brother? Jesse said, fantastic show tonight, bro. Love you, man. You can see Jesse and I on Wednesday wearing his Britt Baker t-shirt. The Women's Rumble was the best Rumble that they have produced for the women since its inception. Rhea Ripley, a lot of people are saying Rhea Ripley's dead. I was one of them. This could be a nice rehabilitation. She was ruined, man. It is no secret to anybody. It is not difficult to see. Her momentum was fucked, losing to Charlotte. This is a step in the right direction, man. She had a good showing. And the right woman won it. Bianca won it. King Monger with a $2 super chat. Goldberg looking like he's going to pass out and die. Plus, he had boxing shorts on, bro. He wasn't even wearing his signature black trunks. He's getting old. When you got to switch from the black trunks to boxing trunks, you're getting old there, bro. It's about time you hang up those boots. No way anyone can't deny they pay attention to AEW. Of course they do. AEW's got them on strings, dude. King Monger with another $5 super chat. Carmella needs to chill on suicide dives before she commits suicide. Damn near broke her freaking neck, but glad Sasha can move on to Bianca. Carmella's stepping her game up, man. I appreciate that. Guys, we just hit 2,000 likes. We are at 2,007. Thank you so very much, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This ended up being the best Royal Rumble review as far as turnout goes ever. Thank you guys so very much, man. Team Forward, $3 super chat. Disappointed Bryan didn't win, but glad Bianca did. 50-50, bro. Now we hope for Bryan in the chamber and him winning the chamber. Christian should go to SmackDown and feud with Reigns for the title. says Prince with a Canadian $6.99. I don't know if Christian is back for a small run. He looked great. He looks better than Edge. But I don't know if he's going to be back or not. We'll see what happens. Hula Grim with a $5 super chat. They did Bianca right. Didn't see Edge winning at all, but better than Jinder. Jinder wasn't even in the fucking Rumble, man. I'm shocked. I really am shocked. WWE may go with Jinder. WWE may go with Edge and Reigns and have Jinder win the chamber. What have I done? What have I done? They may go with Edge and Reigns, Jinder, McIntyre, and then Rollins, Bryan. King Monger with a $5 super chat. I swear that was better than I expected. Good. Maybe that's just me, but with fans, it would have been perfect, but I swear people are going to complain Edge won. Of course people are going to complain Edge won, bro. WWE has a serious trust issue with talent. It is not that people are complaining. This is a common issue. Jesse just said I cursed you all. Like I'm fucking Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. I fucking cursed you all now. Edge Reigns, Jinder McIntyre, and Bryan Rollins. Watch. Fiend Orton, Goldberg, Cena. Watch. That may be the Mania we get. It's not complaining about Edge, man. It's a serious fucking problem. WWE will never learn. DX Trichters with a $10 UK. Someone check on Bruce if he's still alive. No way he was in charge tonight. Royal Rumble was freaking awesome. Right outcomes. And there wasn't really anything to complain about. One of the best pay-per-views in a while. Absolutely agree, bro. King Mongo with another $10 super chat. People just complain. Come on, at least Goldberg didn't win. Charlotte lost all night. They seem to not be rebooking matches from last year for this WrestleMania. The only bad thing was Bad Bunny. Mustafa Ali versus Kofi Kingston should happen at WrestleMania. King Manga with another $5 super chat. I'm not surprised. Or I'm surprised not only Jimmy, but Jay didn't show up. I'm scared Jay tested positive, but hope not. Let's see if they book Bryan to win the chamber. Yeah, Jay wasn't in the Rumble after he said he was going to be in the Rumble. And we didn't see Jimmy either. But I know Mia Yim tested positive. So hopefully she gets better. And I know that left Keith Lee out of the Rumble. Because they are a couple. So he has to quarantine with her, I'm assuming. But Jimmy and Jay, man, no sign of them. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. JP5150 with a $5 super chat. The best Rumble in years, enjoying OTS live, source of truth with a classy Louis the 13th. Good on you, brother. Strong as hell and expensive as a Rolex, but it's all good. That's a damn good drink there, man. Very smooth. Worth the price of admission. King Monger, man, thank you for the super chats, brother. Another $5 super chat. I say that was a 7 or 8 out of 10 due to what we were fearful of and what WWE could have booked versus what we got and how fluid the show was besides Bad Bunny. Jacob Donnelly with a $50 super chat. I'm 100% sold on Edge vs. Roman if that's the direction. Solid Rumble tonight with all the right outcomes. It may very well be what happens, bro. It really may be what happens. I hope that it's not. I would actually, if you're talking Edge Roman as a legend versus Roman, Cena makes so much more sense if you want to go that route. Really. Cena chasing number 17 against Roman? We called for that against Bray. Can you imagine what he does with Roman? And Paul Heyman in charge? The possibilities, bro. Lauren Hutton with a $3 super chat. I called Bianca winning surprised by Edge, though. I wasn't surprised when Edge won it. I said it on Monday with the promo. They love Edge. The Dud with a $2 super chat. I didn't watch, checked the results. You missed a damn good show, brother. $4.99, Justin Strippin. Whenever WWE does a piss poor job at building up a pay-per-view, it turns out to be a great show. Whenever they do a good build-up, the show sucks. It's the way it works, man. Lauren Hutton with another $5 super chat. My predictions for the titles at Mania: Sasha, Bianca, Roman, Daniel, Asuka, Rhea, Edge, Orton. Bryan will qualify and Orton will defeat Drew. Nah. You guys think Orton is going to beat Drew McIntyre for the WWE title before WrestleMania? No. Drew McIntyre is taking that title into Mania, man. That would be a complete slap in the face for Drew McIntyre. I'll tell you what, man, there's a lot of ways WWE could go about WrestleMania. I appreciate the fact that it's unpredictable. It's keeping everyone guessing. King Monger, $15 super chats. I'm telling you, JD, I'm confident Bianca Belair must be favored by Vince. Has to be. She is. She is definitely favored by Vince. I mean, she has the most eliminations ever last year and lasted the longest ever this year and won. Vince must like her. Of course he likes her. Of course he does. Ben Winkles became a new member. Thank you, bro. If you want to become a part of this elite group of fine individuals, hit that join button and become a member of OTS, man. Maurice Jackson with a $4.99 super chat. If you could be a wrestler, what would your name be, theme music, and finisher be? I want to hear this. My finisher would probably be, if I was to take a finisher, it would probably be something that looks like the End of Days. I think the End of Days is the best finisher in WWE. My theme music would be Destroy Everything from Hatebreed. Destroy Everything by Hatebreed, and I don't know what my name would be. That's the toughest part. I'd have to get back to you on that, man. World of Wrestling with a $5 super chat. This was a good show. The only thing that sucked was the 24/7 title, which needs to die a million deaths. Happy for Edge. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Thank you, World of Wrestling, for the $5 super chat. Richard Williams with a $2 super chat. Hi, JD. Just want to say fuck Bill Goldberg. King Monger with another $7 super chat. Bianca Belair is a beautiful person. Watching her WWE Chronicle talking about her depression and attempting suicide made me tear up. Glad she's here. Didn't expect Rumble to be good with no fans. Wow. Thank you for being the MVP tonight, Monger, with all these super chats, man. I appreciate you. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. So Bruce fell asleep today and either Triple H or Heyman took over. Maybe Bruce got abducted by aliens, man. I have no fucking idea. This did not seem like a Bruce Pritchard show. Ben Winkles with a $1 UK. Thank you, brother. Mike W. with a $50 super chat. Here, buddy, go buy a cold beverage and stay warm through this cold weather. Mike, you fucking beast. Thank you, man. Hula Grim, Twitch Watch-alongs, best for business. Bro, we got over 100 new followers on Twitch today. So awesome. King Monger with another $5 super chat, bro. What's going on here? I was hoping Raquel Gonzalez would be in the Rumble, especially to destroy Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Why Rhea didn't get Charlotte? More after her burial. It's funny, man. Charlotte still needed to be eliminated by two people. They couldn't even give Rhea Ripley the fucking sole elimination in that Rumble against Charlotte Flair, man. The little things. It's the little things. She couldn't even be eliminated by Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Isaiah with a $5 super chat. The Royal Rumble was great. Been a fan of you since the god-awful 4th of July Raw with the food fight 2016, I think. Love your stuff. Keep it up, JD. Thank you so much, Isaiah. Appreciate it. That was quite the rant on that Monday Night Raw episode. JT Golden with a $1.99 super chat. Is Rollins versus Bryan versus Reigns possible for WrestleMania? Anything is possible at this point, bro. I don't know. We could be here all night guessing on what WWE is going to do. We'll have a better idea going into the Chamber. We got Chamber and Fastlane coming up. They could pull some fucking tricks that we don't know of. Paul Wu with a $2.99 super chat for the Sasha versus Bianca match at WrestleMania. Who goes heel? Let the fans determine that. I don't think you need to turn either of them heel. I just think the fans want good, solid in-ring action from two wrestlers that we both enjoy very much. JDE with a $2 super chat. Thoughts? Sasha win at Mania, Bianca win at SummerSlam. It could be. I think WWE may be over Sasha. But that's exactly what I would do. I would have Sasha hold it till SummerSlam and have Bianca take it then. That's exactly why I would have had Bayley win the Royal Rumble. Mr. Cake with the $2 super chat. Charlotte really made the Kirifuda clutch look weak. Charlotte makes everything that she touches look weak. Because she doesn't like to sell and she doesn't like to put anybody over. Jameson Meza with a $4.99 super chat. I really like that Edge got the Rumble win tonight. Ashley address promo on Monday Night Raw. They can finally recapture the title. I have no idea what the fuck you mean at the last portion of that. Ashley address promo on Monday night. They can finally recapture the title. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat. JD, you gave me an idea. Almas Charlotte versus Lacey and Garza. I could see it. Maybe Garza has been given the rose to Lacey Evans. Speaking of which, I'm surprised we didn't see Eva Marie in the Royal Rumble. Maybe we see her on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Maurice Jackson with a $1.99 super chat. I would have preferred Bobby Roode winning the Royal Rumble. No. Joker in the Bronx. Rumble has always been my favorite. Surprisingly great show tonight. They did well. Not big on Edge winning, but I felt my fandom again. It's good when they have good shows. They should be having good shows. It's not that difficult. They got the talent to do so. King Monger with another $10, brother. Holy shit. Michael Geist in the chat. Unless you just joined, bro, you're either just joining the chat or you're fucking deaf. $5 super chat. I miss and like Paige. I know others don't, but as an in-ring talent, she was solid and needed. Hopefully, she can make a comeback like Edge and Bryan. JD, I always wondered over the years, are all those pictures on your walls from wrestlers? Are all those pictures on your walls, wrestlers on all of them? Yes. And surprised to see Rollins up there laughing my ass off. Rollins got me blocked, bro. I've tried. I've tried to get people to have him unblock me, but it's not going to happen. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. Sasha, Bayley, Bianca, their gear was great tonight. Yes, I agree. Bianca makes her own gear. Sasha, Mikaze makes her gear. And Bayley always looks great. Cloud Strife in the chat. You're a complete fucking moron. Good show? I disagree. You may be the only fucking person here that disagreed. Michael Geist just joined. Several options, bro. You got to rewind the podcast. Raisin Bran 151. I like me a good bowl of Raisin Bran. What's up, JD? Been a fan of yours since the start of 2014 and have been here since. The Twitch stream was so successful early. Do you see yourself doing one for every major Big Four pay-per-view? We're going to make it a thing. We're going to make it a thing, bro. Maybe with the Elimination Chamber, we'll watch some old classic Elimination Chamber matches. Could be a thing going forward. Kelly, what is going on? $10 super chat. Finally, a good Royal Rumble. JD, cheers for Bianca Belair's Rumble win. Is it me or Vince is starting to look like the Tar Man from the 1985 movie Return of the Living Dead? LOL, rock on. I don't know, bro. Cloud Strife is benched in the chat. I have no fucking idea who Kyle Reese is. You can both lick my fucking balls. Get the fuck out of my chat. Not familiar with the movie, Kelly, but Vince is not looking good. He ain't looking good. I appreciate you. Lauren Hunt with a $2 super chat. Other Mania matches: Goldberg, Cena, Charlotte, Lacey. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat. Fuck WWE for the off-screen Bayley elimination. Bayley, Bianca, Naomi, and Rhea deserve a round of applause. They absolutely killed it out there. WrestleMania, baby. Rhea was a savage for that elimination. Mr. Cake, I appreciate you, bro. Anti with that $5 super chat. If you had to choose, which would anger you more? Alicia Fox winning the Rumble or Dana Brooke? The only thing Alicia Fox angers me about is the fact that she continues to leave catering. She got a VIP access pass, and apparently she's not allowed to leave the fucking table. Finish your food. Titus put a lot of work into that. $2.99. Paul Wu. Can't wait for the CNC to debut. Damn right. Bread Pie with a $5 and $2 super chat. Can you do Rumble match on 2K20? If yes, can you download my character at Brandino619 to be in the Rumble match? No. What makes you think I want to play a shitty fucking game that is absolutely broken? Isn't Call of Duty broken enough? Only geeks play WWE 2K20. Thank you for the $7 super chat. King Monger, $5 super chat. What I took from Charlotte laughing is ha 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 ha. I took two of you witches to get rid of me. Just another way for them to protect you. Yeah. That's exactly what they were laughing at, or she was laughing at. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. Bruce, Space Mountain for the Raw Women's title. Edgar Estrada with a $20 super chat. What is up, my brother? What's up, bro? Hated the women's Rumble match, but happy Bianca Belair won it. Loved her emotion and happiness. Sasha vs. Bianca is coming. How many more guys gonna have multiple Rumble wins? Edge winning again. Why? Love you, bro. OTS for life. Edgar, I appreciate you, brother. The women's Rumble was probably the best women's Rumble they've done. Mr. Cake with a $7 super chat. Bianca went from people doubting her when she was undefeated. Fast forward a year later, and now she's heading to the main event of WrestleMania. Damian Priest was the MVP of the Rumble match. He had a damn good showing. I'm a big Damian Priest guy, bro. I'm a big Damian Priest fan. Indigo, $2 super chat. Hey, JD, much respect. Another awesome stream. Thank you, Indigo. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. Ali told Kofi why he didn't target Randy. Guardian of Chaos. $4.99. Just viewed the Yokozuna documentary. It's a must-watch. I'll probably watch that in bed tonight, bro. I want to watch that. Rumble was a C+ or 6 out of 10. Chaos approved. Mahalo, bro. What's up, man? Appreciate you. Mr. Premium with a $4.99 super chat. Found out Cesaro's current contract expires sometime after WrestleMania. Credit to Heal by Nature for the info. Uh-oh. He seems like somebody that is very happy and doesn't want to leave his colleagues. I think he's happy where he is in his career, bro. If he goes anywhere else, God bless him, but can you imagine Cesaro versus Omega, bro? Holy shit. Your boy Chris with a $9.99 super chat times 2. What's up, OTS fam and JD? Great watch along earlier on Twitch. Great Rumble pay-per-view with 2 great Rumble matches. If I had to rate the show from 1 out of 10, I would give it an 8. The match order was good. Edge wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. He loses the title to either Adam Cole or AJ Styles. If not, who would you have Edge drop the WWE title to after WrestleMania, and how long does he hold it? Bro, if they're going to call up Adam Cole, I'm good with Adam Cole, dude. P-Mac. $5 super chat. Strowman show some sense, but still in the dummy, because he had Rollin up in the air by the ropes and still don't throw them out. What a dummy. Whatever you say, man. Braun Strowman is a blithering idiot. I know. Justin Striplin. If I could find your fucking super chat. $9.99 super chat. I believe Ricochet and Hurricane replaced Jey Uso and Keith Lee in the Rumble match. I just read somewhere that WWE pulled Jey Uso from the match. No reason was given. Might be COVID related. We don't know. We don't know. Keith Lee, I know, got pulled because Mia Yim tested positive. Your boy Chris with another super chat. $4.99. SmackDown Elimination Chamber. Bryan, Nakamura, Cesaro, KO, Rollins, and Strowman. Your thoughts on the field for this chamber? More than likely, you may be correct. If that's the case, Bryan has to win it. Bill Daly, $10 super chat. I could see them doing Cena versus Reigns, as it would be big, especially if Rock isn't available for Reigns. Might be dumb enough to let Cena take the title to give him 17, but let Roman take it back at Backlash. Bro, listen, I like the idea of Cena versus Reigns. I really do. We'll see what happens. And maybe they do Bryan versus Reigns at SummerSlam. Justin Striplin with a $9.99 super chat. Roman Reigns versus John Cena at WrestleMania 37 would make sense too. Roman beat Cena 4 years ago, and not only would Cena go for number 17, but also would avenge his loss to Reigns. Phil with a $9.99 super chat. Great job, JD. You now put Edge, Reigns, Jinder, McIntyre, Rollins, Bryan out there to the universe. Now that's going to happen. Just kidding. Love the show tonight. OTS for life. Listen, bro, it could happen. I got to get the thoughts out there. I got to give you guys all the possibilities. I got to give you guys all the possibilities, man. Aura with a $9.99 super chat. I had 3-year streak for picking the winner of the Rumble match. Edge did not deserve to win tonight. We needed a new superstar to win, not a Hall of Faker. I picked Cesaro to win tonight. Bro, I don't know how long you've been watching WWE. I don't know why on fucking earth you'd pick Cesaro to win the Royal Rumble. Cesaro's been a mid-carder for life. What makes you think WWE would have given him the Royal Rumble? Bobby Means with a $2 super chat. The chamber better be good with Peacock on top. Kenley Pierre with a $5 super chat. Do you think Kofi and Ali needs a mid-card title for a feud? Hopefully Edge puts over Adam Cole after he wins the title. Kofi and Ali do not need any titles. Just book the match. That would be a great undercard match and a nice momentum boost for Ali. Jericho, 8131 with a $10 super chat. They need to make it so that guys can't be eliminated by people not in the match. It was annoying to see Omos eliminate people tonight when he wasn't even in the match. Other than that, it was a great show. He eliminated Kofi. He physically eliminated Kofi and pulled him over the top rope. It is stupid, I do agree. Phil Strange with a membership to the channel. Thank you so much, man. The Kingdom Kid with a $5 super chat. I expect it to be Drew versus Edge at Mania with Edge winning. But then I expect Miz coming into cash and take the title off of him. God help us all. That sucks. Ricardo Linnell with a $5 super chat. Have Duncan on me tomorrow, JD. I'm thankful for a good show tonight, although I know that watchable and Raw do not belong in the same sentence. Raw usually sucks, bro. Raw usually sucks. Esco Bob, 44 with a $2.99 super chat. Where is Aleister Black? I have no fucking idea. Apparently they are getting him to re-debut on SmackDown in a big way. I doubt it. Majin with a $2 super chat. Is the CNC going to be its own YouTube channel? Yes. News on that coming soon. JD23 with a $5 super chat. AJ Styles versus Matt Riddle would be good for WrestleMania. Also, what would you do with Bayley at WrestleMania? If she isn't in the title feud, I have absolutely no idea, man. No idea. Phil Strange with a membership and now a $5 UK. Who would you personally want as champions for WrestleMania? Keep up the great work. Love from Liverpool in the UK. McIntyre and Reigns, bro. Sasha. Everything's right where it needs to be. Everything is right where it needs to be. Fortune with a $3.99 Canadian. JD, your episodes. They cheer me up when I'm down. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad I can help. Bill Daly with a $5 super chat. Cena gets 17 versus Roman, drops it back to him at Backlash. I bet. We'll see what happens, man. A lot of people are saying Cena and Reigns. Maybe he's in the chamber. I don't know. Ara with a $4.99. JD, hear me out. Damian Priest and Baron Corbin as a tag team. No. Priest is going to Raw. King Monger with a $20 super chat. JD, thanks for all you do. Talking wrestling truthfully. Hope things are back to normal by WrestleMania in Dallas where I live and you can go and I can get you some Guinness on me. And my bro Ulysses if we all go to Mania. We'll see what happens, man. I'm even thinking about Tampa this year, but I'm not sure. Christian Larson, $5 Canadian. Sportsbooks actually had betting odds for Rumble winners. Never thought betting WWE was possible. Edge would have paid out 5 times your initial investment. All rigged, bro. There's inside fucking sources there that fucking skew the betting odds, man. I would never bet against wrestling or bet on wrestling. Israel with a $5 super chat. I'm surprised this show is okay. I hope Raw will be good tomorrow, but I thought I'll watch you, he says. I thought about it, but I'll watch you. Thank you, Israel. I appreciate you, man. Devil Kid 631 with a $5 super chat. I see some people are pissed Edge won because he's a part-timer. Hopefully he doesn't miss half the build. I think he won't. Hashtag OTS. He'll be there. He spent how many months? 9 months away? He'll be there. Ara with a $3.99 super chat. What is the CNC? It's my new show with my boy Jason Big Hodge. It's called Critiques and Connoisseurs. In fact, I don't know if you joined the stream late. Let's look at the preview again. Here you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut episode of Critiques and Connoisseurs. This is episode number 1. I am JD from New York.
And I am Big Hodge. Yes, Big Hodge.
We are here at Magic Hour, rooftop bar, Moxley Hotel. We got New York City overlooking us. Empire State Building is immediately to our left.
West Wing, brother.
And today, my friends, we're going to be talking about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And we're going to be talking about his newest venture with Terramana Tequila.
Electrifying.
It really is. It really is.
Hell yeah, man. Critiques and Connoisseurs coming soon. I can't wait to unveil that shit, man. It's going to be fucking awesome. King Monger with a $5 super chat. This was a good one. Hope this is a good sign for things to come. 2021 to you, JD, and the OTS family. I bid you adieu. Goodbye and good night. And David Barbosa, $4.99. In your opinion, who was the last heel to be on the level of the current Roman Reigns? That's a tough one, man. Tommaso Ciampa. Guys, we are about to get out of here, man. An unbelievable stream in which we had almost 3,700 people live in this chat. That may have been the largest audience ever for Off the Script. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you so very much for making this not even feel like a job. I love every single one of these people that have supported me up until this point. I even love all the fucking haters, man, because you keep me going. I love proving every single fucking one of you wrong, man. When everybody thought they were going to get rid of me, where am I? On top of this fucking podcasting thing, number one on this platform. Aria. It's almost 11 p.m. where I'm at. Do you think I should finish my home or watch the stream? Watch the fucking stream. Fortune, JD, be 100% honest. Who is better technical wrestler in their prime? Daniel Bryan or Chris Benoit? Daniel Bryan. And Ruben Prime became a new member. Fucking love you guys, man. Follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Bonfire.com for your t-shirts. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206. If you missed the podcast this Saturday, go and check it out. And hit that thumbs up. Guys, I'm taking my cold beverage. I want to get in the Mustang, but it's snowing, and I don't drive my car in the snow, man. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to crank the volume up anyway, man. Pilot's coming on. That guitar solo is going to kick in. Let me see those guitar emojis in the chat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow live for Monday Night Raw. See you guys later.